ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are live. We are live on our YouTube, and welcome to the live podcast, Don't Wait to Be Great. So I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston, and let's do a microphone check. Can you guys hear me? Cassandra, Mr. Wonder, can y'all hear me okay? Because sometimes I come in here talking, y'all can't hear a word I'm saying. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. And I want to give a big shout out to all of my TikTok folks that came over. I went live 30 minutes prior to being here, and I just wanted to make sure that my TikTok people can hear me loud and clear, because I promised Miss Brittany, I promised Tawanda, I promised Kate. What's up, Kate? I promised Miss Tasha. I promised Chantel. I promised all of y'all that I was going to be live on YouTube, and I'm going to show y'all 1,000 pictures, and I'm going to show y'all what I saw 8 years ago, how God showed me my dream, y'all, through a lady that was doing it the wrong way. But before I get too far, watch this, Tasha. My name is Derek Forston. And for a lot of you new people, I'm your new big brother. I'm the guy you've been praying for. So between God and me and my wife and my family, God has answered your prayer. You've been trying to figure out, how do you get into something like this? How do you start a housing program without a license? Without all the jumping of the red tape? Without all the people trying to hide it from you? Guys, my name is Derek Forston, and we trademarked Independent Living Facility. I'm the guy that created it. So if you go to the website that looks up the patents and the trademarks, you're going to see my name and my big mouth talking about independent living facilities, which for us is an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Tawanda, these are not group homes. Tasha, these are not ALFs. Shanika, these are not like these IDDs where you need staff, state oversight, a license, a $30,000 sprinkler system. The devil is a liar. Samara, this don't require any of that. You know that. How many of you all have been trying to do something like this for a long time but just kind of couldn't figure it out? See, I told my TikTok people I just got kicked out of TikTok. Man, they did it again because I keep saying that phone number. TikTok got this thing, y'all, that if I say a phone number, they think I'm giving out y'all phone number. So I literally just got kicked off of TikTok. But congratulations to all the people that did make it here, because I just risked myself being kicked off of TikTok probably for 3 days again because I wanted y'all to be here. So I want to say thank you, because you're going to find out today the thing you've been praying for, the thing you've been trying to do all these years, God allowed me to go through the bumps, the bruises, the lawsuits, and all of these things to get it down to a science the way that we have it now. And my job is to teach it to you. I'm also super excited that for the first time ever, I'm also doing a 3-day challenge, right? So I speak all over the world. I coach everywhere. I have master classes. I got one-on-one coaching. We got do-it-yourself coaching. We got group coaching, but I've never done a 3-day challenge. So May 20th, 21st, and 22nd, we actually have an ILF 3-day challenge. And before I leave off of this YouTube channel today, we're going to unveil what the website is and the registration and how do you sign up. But I'm going to tell you right now, I made this thing so crazily affordable, you will be doing yourself a disservice if you don't get it. Especially for people that have claimed, like me, that you felt led to get into this. You felt called to get into this. Most of you guys are just like me and my family. Y'all love God, y'all love people, and you trying to get into real estate, or you love real estate. Mr. Jackson, you just like me, big bro. You love God. Tiffany, you love people. And Tiffany, you and your family been in real estate so long, this just made sense to you. Good to see you, sis. Tiffany, you're somebody already been in real estate. This was a natural progression for you to now make more income and more impact. Me and my wife own property and we do a bunch of stuff with real estate. I went to a mom, dad, 3 kids and all of that. But with the ILF model, we house the independent adult that is able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. And watch this, we're going to be together for probably an hour and a half today. But if you forget everything that I say, all this is, y'all, is real estate, the love of God, and social services all mixed together. And I got a bunch of pictures and things that I'm going to show you, but literally God showed me my dream through somebody that was doing this the wrong way. I saw a lady doing exactly what I'm telling y'all right now. She was doing this in rats and roaches and making $41,000 a month doing it. Put in the chat, if you made $41,000 a month, Brittany, would that change your life a little bit? And I always give the disclaimer, Tiffany, that if that amount of money is too low, excuse my ignorance. Because as a social worker, I made $28,000 a year. That lady showed me in her cell phone, Miss Lisa. She said, Derek, I ain't gonna just tell you. She said, boop, 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 boop. I'll never forget this, Lisa. She had a Chase Bank app. And as clear as day, she says, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this. Miss Alina, she was honest with me. Derek, I'll never teach you this, bro. But look at how much I make doing it. I said, she scrolled month for month for month and showed me $41,000 a month. Now, this is before I found out about the rats and the roaches, because I promised y'all I was going to show y'all that. Put in the chat one more time before I bring my slides up. How many of you all that would be absolutely life-changing for you, Alina, if you made 41,000 bands a month? I'm going to check the chat. I do so much talking, I don't hardly go on the chat. I want to see. Good morning, Miss Joanne. 41 grand a month. Guys, I nearly fainted and they had to pick me up off the ground because I was like, 48 grand a month and here I am making 28 grand a year? Is it just me? Brittany said her too. Oh, okay, here they come. So I must be a little delayed because Kelly, I got scared, Kelly. I said, Kelly, am I the only one? Kelly said, me too. Tiffany said, life changer. I knew it could. Burton family, I knew it couldn't only be me. I'm going to look a little bit longer. Chantel said, me too. Johnson family said, me too. Katara said, me too. Tawanda said, my Lord. I'm going to look a little further just to see if it's just us, Brittany. Because if it's just us, Brittany, then we slipping. But 41 grand a month. So like I said, in less than 10 minutes of y'all being with me, watch me break it down again. We rent and we lease properties. We connect with social workers and case managers as our funnel system to fill these houses, and we keep it moving. But I always love to show people where it came from, though. Where did this idea come from? Derek, are you some genius? Because if I'm honest, Miss Chong, I barely finished high school. And my wife, Shay, who's getting ready to come on, who does this from a nonprofit standpoint, Shay tricked me to go to college. College was never in my Rolodex of things that I wanted to do. But my wife said, Shay, man, she was like, Derek, what you going to do with yourself, bro? I know you got things going on. You got some side hustles and you keep a little side job and you got a full-time job. But, bro, like, what you going to do with your life, Derek? And Shay drove me to a school, y'all, and tricked me to get signed up. And I joking to say trick me, but when we got in the car, I said, Shay, did that lady just say I start school next month? Yeah. 4.5 years later, I walk across the stage in Jacksonville, Florida with a degree in human services. Now watch this. My role to y'all today is not to tell y'all to go to school to do this. What took me 2 years and I lost, what it was, like 60 pounds? Guys, I used to be a chubby guy. I was kind of a big dude, y'all. But when God gave me this vision, I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep until I got it. because these are the conditions that I saw. Remember the lady I told you that was making the 41 grand a month? Y'all, when she refused to teach me, I said, well, Derek, you know what addresses are. Derek, you're the social worker. You know where to go. The Lawson family, I took a Saturday just like today, now probably 6-7 years ago. And I went to every one of those addresses because I was like, where do I start it? I need a starting point because nobody want to teach me. Remember, guys, I was the social worker, but nobody wanted to show me how to get into this. People were so honest with me. They said, Derek, bro, I'll never teach you how to do this, bro. And back then, I'm going to be honest, nobody kind of had a name to these things. That girl said, Derek, I just rent rooms to people, dog. I said, huh? I said, so this is not a group home? She says, no, Derek. She said, Derek, I don't have a license. And Derek, neither do I own these properties. Huh? So before I get too fancy, me and my wife decided to just like trademark independent living facility. But watch this, Johnson family. I don't care what you call it. Just remember the concept is that we just provide a shared living environment for adults that are able to live and thrive. Thrive means do well, Miss Patricia. Thrive means provide your own transportation. Thrive means cook your own bologna sandwich. Thrive means take your own medication without me trying to pretend to be a nurse. Shout out to all my nurses. Shay, let me know as soon as you're ready. Shay just came into the studio, y'all. Shay, you ready, honey? Okay, so does this make sense so far, everybody? I don't care what you call it. When I found out that I can house adults with no license, no state orders, I said, man, sign me up. So we just turned it into what this is for us, a residence model, a 3-bed, 2-bath. Don't get fancy. 4-bed, 2-bath. Residence model, it's a fancy word, where adults can live and thrive without the need for staff. Now, Frankie, here go your big brother, praying to God, change my life. God, I want to get into real estate. God, I'm poor. I want to make some money. This is me at work, seeing all these bad housing conditions. And the lady that made the 41 grand a month, Miss Johnson, these were her places. And Cassandra, because I knew you weren't going to believe me, Cassandra, I knew this years ago. I said, ooh, when I show people, and I said, when I talk about what this is, Joanne, you remember this talk. I said, people ain't going to believe me. They going to say, Derek, you don't have to juice the story up, bro, to make it sound better. Tell me why you making 41 grand a month and the beds are on the floor. Tell me why the kitchen is halfway burnt up and the stove extracted from the wall and people still cooking on it. Lord have mercy. This is why I tell people, because y'all, we going to laugh today. We going to joke. We going to have a good time. But at certain points like this, I'm going to get serious. And here's one of them. The devil is a liar that you're going to make 41 grand a month and house people in these conditions. And watch this. If this don't break your heart, you on the wrong YouTube channel. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm no pastor. I'm no preacher. I'm not perfect. But if these pictures don't break your heart, Miss Tasha, can you see why I say this? Can you believe people were living in here? Why the beds got to be on the ground? No sheets, no comforter. And I always say this, the Cobb family, if you ain't got your glasses on today, those are cinder blocks that are holding that bed up. Somebody gonna miss this. Don't forget, this the lady making $41,000 a month, Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia, you gonna forget. You thinking I'm just showing you somebody that's trying to get started. This girl was established. Lord have mercy. I'm getting ready to bring up my wife because, see, this is where I get carried away at, because this is why I get so passionate and so loud. I'm naturally loud, y'all. Tasha, I just can't help that. That's my coaching style. But the devil is a liar that you're going to walk into my hospital, Miss Kelly, with your red bottom shoes on. Kelly, this girl came in my place with her red bottom shoes on. I took a Saturday just like today, and I saw this stuff right here. Lord have mercy. Can you imagine making 40 grand a month, mistreating people like this? You better not imagine that. Not under me, not under my coaching, not under my tutelage, not even under my free YouTube channel. You can't get into this and do that and making that kind of money. And then all of us begging God to get into it. Let me bring Shay up because I'm going to get carried away. As I bring my wife up, and I'm going to pause this for a second, Pearson family. My wife does what I do from a nonprofit standpoint. And don't forget, all of what you're going to hear today, guys, I got a 3-day challenge coming May 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So affordable, most of y'all to do yourself a disservice if you don't get it. We got one-on-one coaching. I got DIY coaching. But for the first time ever, I'm actually doing a 3-day challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to bring up to the stage my better half, my absolute better half. We just came off of kind of a vacation. We still kind of on it. Shay just allowed me to come on today. This is my wife, the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, Miss Shanya Shay Forston. What's going on, Miss Shay? How you doing today?
Good morning, everybody. Let me get a sound check.
Microphone check. Can y'all hear Shay?
My poor microphone ain't been packing and working for a couple of weeks because y'all see where I'm at, right? For those of you that have been following us, I had relocated from the office because I was working on something. And I told y'all you will know when it is ready because I will be back in the office. So guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I have been hard at work preparing the Know Before You Go nonprofit course, and it is finished. It is finished. It is going through the editing phase. I have one more video to shoot, and I do not need to be in that location to shoot it, which is a special bonus for you all that will be done this week, this upcoming week. And then it will be out on Forston Consultants, available for you all to purchase, so that you can know before you go nonprofit. So a quick introduction of myself. I am Shanya Shay Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation. And today just so happens to be that day. 12 years later, that my mom gained her wings. So today on May 10th, and it's funny because I was talking to my siblings last night that the series of events doesn't happen like in the dates. So prime example, the year my mom passed, it was a Saturday and Mother's Day was the next day. So it was really it was somber, man. It was a really, like, anybody who's lost a parent knows that it's one of those things that stick with you. But today is going to be a great day. I talked to some of my siblings this morning and last night, and we were just reminiscing on the goodness, how grateful we are to have a matriarch like my mom, and just to be able to celebrate her with this nonprofit organization. So what an amazing month to be able to even release that nonprofit course, Derek. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Like, I did
great
not
timing
even
on
think
that.
of that.
What
a great time.
What great timing. Wow.
So, like I said, super excited, a little on the emotional side, but not, not going to bring anybody down with me. And it's not a bad emotional side, right? It's the grace of God when you can think back and say, God, you allowed me to share space with this individual that you ordained to nurture me in life. And that's kind of where I'm at today. But ultimately, guys, I am excited to be here. I'm excited about the challenge that's coming up. I'm excited about being able to share with you all, the impact of having a nonprofit, even if it's not an ILF, but starting a nonprofit and being able to utilize that and leverage it to help build and do better for your community. And I hope that y'all that are interested and have been asking for this course are excited, because it is done. Like, it is done. Derek, I am so, listen, guys, y'all have asked me for years to do this, and it's time.
If you're not a hater, put congratulations, Shay, in the chat. Can 5 of y'all just put congratulations to Shay? Because like she said, not being funny, you guys have been asking her for this for a long time. I kind of helped push it, say, Shay, let's go. So she sat down, zoned out, blocked out her schedule, and literally just got it done. Boom, 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 boom.
In 2 days.
And a lot of you guys, again, because of what we do, most of y'all are going to probably be like me. LLC, S Corp, C Corp, that easy, fast way. But a lot of y'all still like that nonprofit side.
Right.
And that's what Shay specializes on. That's why y'all kind of get the best of both worlds with Shay and I. I used to be the social worker for 9 years on that side. Now I'm on this side of teaching and housing folks.
Yeah.
But Shay is the nonprofit side of it. So best of both worlds there. Put congratulations to Shay. Shay, congratulations to you and everybody that'll actually benefit from it too. Exactly. That's pretty cool. I love that.
There's a lot of things happening with the Angela Denise Foundation, and I'll just make a caveat real quick that we're doing this year. Where, you know, last year we didn't have our annual spa day, but we're bringing that back. So most of you all that are in Forston Consultants database and in the Angela Denise Foundation's database, you receive some emails and text messages about that. We're doing a lot of different things. We've got the shirt line that we're finally, Derek, we've had so many interesting debacles with the shirt line. Like, it is not even funny, but again, all of this stuff will be releasing together, and you all will be able to contribute towards the Angela Denise Foundation through the purchases of items. Like, we've added these amazing glasses to the to the things that you can purchase. And we're just giving gifts along with the donations that people are providing to the Angela Denise Foundation. So a lot is happening. And Forston Consultants has some surprises up our sleeve that we won't tell you about, but you will see them in the upcoming weeks. Just a lot of brainstorming, building, and doing some amazing stuff while on vacation. You know, the mind never rests. Yeah. So we allow time of vacation to be a time of refreshing, one to another, but also to help us develop and think of other opportunities and other things that we can give to you all to provide, just to give y'all substance, right? We don't want to just come on here and have conversation. We want to pour into you all, and that way you walk away feeling uplifted. You feel, you see that you can do this. You see that the ILF is not just a figment of your imagination, but it is something that you can really create. It is tangible, it is attainable, and you can make it happen and make a significant impact in your community. So Derek, back to you.
Good stuff. So Shay, right before you came in, I would just break it down to people as I usually do, just to show them where this concept came from. Mm-hmm. So if you just joined us, I pretend that all of us just got here. All we're talking about today is independent living facilities, which is a housing model that's similar to a group home, but without all of the red tape, right? So very simple, guys. We take a 3-bed, 2-bath home, 4-bed, 2-bath home, 1-bed, 1-bath home. We don't care how small or how big it is. You can do it in a mobile home, manufactured home, right? We don't get too picky about that. The only rule that I do have is that I don't want you sharing a wall with nobody, meaning no apartments, no townhouses, no duplexes, unless you're like Miss Charmaine Sanders and you own both sides of it. Charmaine, shout me out if you're here, okay? But other than that, Shay, I want to pick up one more time and just show people what I saw done the wrong way. So I saw a lady doing this, as I just told y'all, the wrong way. And I mean making a bunch of money doing it. I don't hide that from nobody. Because my dream for all of y'all is to please God, help people, have your community congratulate you while you do it, and make enough money to feed your family. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? But the devil is a liar that we're going to do it like this. Right. Why the fan got to be on the banana box? Why the bed got to be on cinder blocks? Come on, guys. We can't do it like this. I'll be that gummed. That's the clean way I'm going to say that you're going to pray God for this kind of money and breakthrough, but then treat people like this. It don't even match. How you make 41 grand a month, but your people live like this? And watch this. Don't get it twisted. I house a lot of guys as pigs. They messy. They don't like to clean. But the rats, the roaches, the people beds on the floor, we ain't doing that. And I'm going to tighten up the ones that need to be taught how to clean. Because we got a standard. 5 of y'all type in the word standard. There's a standard to this. So just one more time, Shane, I'm going to move along. Because I knew people weren't going to believe me the day I showed these pictures. I knew this 8 years ago, Miss Quaney. Miss Clark, I knew 8 years ago. I said, ooh, one day I'm going to tell this story. I said, but nobody ain't going to believe me unless I take pictures of it. I got videos and pictures that'll break your heart. This is the clean version of a lot of this stuff. YouTube probably won't even let me show y'all some of this stuff. And then when people say, well, Derek, what was the camel that broke the camel? What was the straw that broke the camel's back? Yeah. This one. When I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor, paying $750 a month to sleep in front of the kitchen stove. And this the one that I said, man, Derek, you got to quit this job. Excuse me, Shay, I'm sorry. Derek, you got to resign from it. Shay hate the word quit, y'all. We don't quit nothing.
Sorry, I'm actually.
Derek, you got to resign from this job. You can't be a part of this, broker. Derek, you seen it now. Y'all never heard of that thing that says when you see something, Ronald, you can't unsee it? Mr. Jackson, I couldn't unsee once I saw it. The lady that was making the 41 grand a month, when she showed me that, no disrespect, but y'all, she was like a hero to me. But when I found out that she was housing Miss Gina, people in rats, roaches, filth, and in squalor, right. The devil is a liar. And that Saturday, Miss D, when I went to the house, the lady on the kitchen floor, guess who sent her there? Mr. Social Worker Derek. Because I didn't know it, y'all. Yeah, that was a lie. Miss D, I don't want you to think I'm some bad guy. Remember, I told you there was a point where I begged people to show me that I snuck to this. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I had no business at that lady facility. I was breaking rules. But if I don't, my coaching today is not in 38 states. If I don't, none of y'all are here today. So 6-7 years ago, on a day like today, I snuck into all of her places and I pretended to be staff. And when I ran into a girl, I'm going to just call her Ashley. I said, Ashley, you live here? Ashley looked at me like, Derek, bro, you serious? You sent me here last Tuesday when I was discharged from the hospital, remember? I say, Ashley, where is your bed? Where do you sleep at? Because y'all, the first thing I noticed when I walked in the house, it was like 14 people in a 3-bed, 2-bath home. And one of the bedrooms had a lock on the door. Lord have mercy. Now we're talking 14 people with 2 beds, 2 baths. I said, Ashley, just show me where your bed is and where you sleep at, because look at all of these people. Where do you sleep at? Y'all, this girl walked me to the kitchen. And in front of the kitchen stove, you know that bottom drawer that all of y'all got where y'all cake pans and your muffin pans and your cornbread pans, your Pyrex dishes at? As roaches are running in and out of that drawer, she says, Mr. Derek, this is where I sleep. She had a 3-inch mat, about 3 feet long. Some of y'all grandchildren sleep on these things at their preschool for nap time. This was an adult lady in front of the kitchen floor, in front of the stove. And she says, Derek, my family pays $750 for me to be here. Miss Kelly, you know the part that broke my heart most about this story? Kelly, not that she was sleeping on the ground in front of the stove as roaches were running in and out of it. Kelly, the part that broke my heart, she was glad to be there. She says, Mr. Derek, at least I don't have to be homeless on the street outside. Kelly, I'm going to pretend only me and you in this room. Kelly, can you imagine what that made me feel like? She says, Derek, and what's so crazy, Kelly, she said the same thing that the lady that was running this place always said to me. Derek, they either sleep in here with these roaches or they can go outside. Tasha, the devil is a liar. Can you imagine as you walking in my hospital with your red bottom shoes? Now, for some of y'all that ain't up on fashion, red bottom shoes, guys, can be thousands of dollars in their high heel shoes. And I forget the brand and the guy's name, Louis Vuitton or something. These could be $1,000 pair of shoes, y'all. Gucci belt, Fendi belt, the best weave money can buy, the best extensions money can buy, nails done all the time. Coming up in a Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Escalade. She used to change cars every day of the week, picking up my clients. But when I snuck to her place, Brittany, and I saw what it looked like, I said, boy, I got to leave this job. I can't be a part of this. Not only do I got to leave Brittany, I got to figure out how to get into it. And what most of y'all don't know, it took me 2 years and I lost 60 pounds trying to figure it out. Because once God gave me this vision, I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep until I thought I had it. And today, this is what we make it look like. And again, I'll be honest, Tasha, this ain't rocket science, because Tasha, you're going to think all this stuff brand new. No, it ain't. Because of what we do, this stuff get donated. The only thing that's new in here, boy, my screen did some real crazy then. Hold on, y'all. I got a Zoom meeting that's running right now. That Zoom meeting gonna get all these notes. Tasha, the only thing that's new in this picture are the pillowcase, comforter, sheets, all that other, the bed, that's donated. The headboards, Craigslist. Those little bins, $5. This stuff, yard sale. I'm not asking you to go to rooms to go, Tasha. Miss Frankie, I'm not telling you to go to Haverty's. Those are expensive places. Tiffany's furniture. Today, this is what we make it look like. And watch me end this story and get into some teaching. So again, just to show you guys I'm no genius, I'm a regular everyday guy. That's why May 20, 21, and 22 is going to be so important for you. The 3-day ILF challenge. I'm showing you guys how a regular guy like me that was on the job for 9 years. Miss Frankie, can you tell me why it took me 9 years for the light bulb to come on and say, Derek, what are you doing, dummy? Leave this job and go on the other side of the fence. Miss Frankie, why did it take me 9 years to realize, Derek, everything you prayed and asked God for a dummy, he gave it to you. Watch this. God, I want to help people. God, because, this is how I pray to God, y'all. I said, God, man, I want to help people, man, because, God, in your word, you kind of make it where if I help people, I can't really lose in life. You're going to bless me. And I said, God, I want to be involved in real estate. I said, because, God, I ain't trying to hide it. I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy because I want to build the kingdom, your house. But, God, I got a family. I want to feed my family. And, God, I want to be the biggest giver at my church. I would want to be the guy in my city, my community. That's my prayer. Dummy me. God said, Derek, I gave you everything you asked me for, bro. You want to help people? Why you think I allowed you to meet Shay, who was smarter than you, and Shay coerced you, convinced you, tricked you to go to college? And I joke about that all the time because college was not my idea. That was God's idea. He gave it to Shay. He that findeth the wife, Ronald Jackson, findeth the good thing. Shay is my good thing. So y'all don't go to school, but that was my route. Went to school, saw the vision, got the degree, and then God said, Derek, you want to help people? Look at all these people being mistreated through real estate, Derek. Check out these rats and roaches, Derek. Oh, and Derek, you want to make money through real estate? Here's a lady that make 41 grand a month mistreating my people. The devil is a liar. How can you get into it now? And I'll admit, y'all, that's how my mind works. Got a job, saw the problem, jumped into it. And lucky for people like y'all, I made a promise to God 8 years ago. God, you let me get into this. And it worked for me. I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take any credit. Watch me do it now, Brittany. Watch this, y'all. Guys, without God, I'm a nobody. I'm an idiot. I'm a dummy. I'm nobody. But with God, all things are possible. And most of y'all are going to think I'm a genius by the time I'm done today. But I'm not. God just went, he blew one and said, Derek, it's your turn, bro. And Derek, if you teach this to other people, I'll build your blessing into what this is. Watch this, y'all. Can you imagine having a job or a business to where the blessing of God was already built into it? That's what this is. Think about that. Derek didn't say it, that the poor and needy will always be among you. I didn't come up with that. That's scripture. The Bible also says, Miss Elaine, when you do unto the least of thee, God says it's like you're doing it unto me. And I tell people, if you want to be on the books for somebody that owe you a favor, I want to be on God's books. Does that make sense, everybody? God said, Derek, when you do unto the least of thee, let me break it down. That means homeless, marginalized, displaced, poor, needy, the widow. Guys, that's biblical. So guess what the cheat code is I found out in my life? If I do God's will, if I help people, God gonna build the blessing into it. God was just genius enough, not Derek. It wasn't Derek's idea. This God said, Derek, involve real estate in it. Because back to that story, God, I want to be rich. I said, God, everybody I know that's wealthy and rich, they involved in real estate. God, I want to get in real estate. Here I am thinking I got to go and buy it. Now, today we do. But most of y'all just like me, well, you thought you had to buy the real estate. Now, Shay just bought a house, what, last year this time? I can't even remember now. Fixed it, flipped it back to herself. That's a ladies' facility for her now. Yeah. Forget about that for 2 seconds. 95% of y'all gonna be like what I did. Go ahead and rent it and lease it. And look how beautiful these pictures are. I dare one of y'all to say, Derek, that stuff's ugly, bro. But because there's so many women here, please tell me, guys, how did we do in terms of dressing this place up?
You did a great job.
And none of this stuff, now I'll admit that rug in the middle is new. But guys, hotels see what we do and they give us stuff. So why are we buying it? I'm showing tons of pictures. So my TikTok people, I want you to call me a liar right now if I'm not doing what I told you. TikTok people, I said I'm going to show you more than that one picture. Call me a liar right now in the chat if I'm not showing you more than what you saw on TikTok. Oh, and just so that you know, y'all, for my TikTok people, this is what I did for y'all today. I've been banned on TikTok for 3 days now because I kept giving y'all that phone number. You thought I was joking, right? This is how much I care that y'all come here. Wow. That I'll ban myself to give y'all that free gift to make sure you make it here. God has answered your prayer today. Somebody type in the chat, wow, boy, God has truly answered my prayer by putting this loudmouth boy Derek right in front of my face for the thing I've been praying for. And lucky for you, me and my wife do it together. She just nonprofit. I'm not. And watch this. I'm going to let her jump back on. But so far, does this make sense to anybody how we don't have to own the property? I can rent it or lease it. And social workers and case managers are my funnel system. And watch this, y'all. We're not selling chocolate candy. I'm not selling alarm systems. That's more of a want. Guys, this is a need. I don't care where you live at. Guys, there's a need in your city. Right now, let's be interactive. Please do this for me because I want to prove a point as I bring Shay up. Put in the chat right now, where are you guys located? My coaching is in 38 states. Shay and I pour into 38 states right now. I guarantee you nobody will list a state right now that we're not in. And we're in 38 states. So if you're in Washington, D.C., if you're in Montana, New Mexico, I can name a couple of them. But I guarantee you nobody will list a state right now that we're not in. Everybody put in the chat, where are you located? City and state. Because even since we made this slide, this number, who's in Bradenton? I was in Bradenton yesterday. My whole vacation was down there. Who's that? Cedric?
Said he's in Bradenton. We were in Bradenton.
Cedric, I was in Lone Boat Key for 5 days, bro. Yep. Big shout out to Big Sid down there. Put in the chat right now, who's in Wisconsin over there with Joanne? Who was that? Who's in Wisconsin?
In Jacksonville, Florida. We'll be there today.
I'm going to Jacksonville and St. Augustine in about 2 hours.
Yep.
Put in the chat right now, where were you guys located as I get ready to bring Shay back up? And she's here already. Okay?
We've got West Palm Beach, Maryland, Lehigh Acres, New Jersey, Covington, Georgia, South Carolina.
Keep going. Keep it going. Put in the chat, where will you launch your first ILF? Speaking faith right now, where are you located? And what I want to do real quick, Shay, I want to take a quick drink of my tea because I'm talking loud. I'm excited. But I want to give you guys a quick word from David and Dennis. Yes. They're my alter ego. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And I'm going to let Shay bless y'all with how she does the same thing that I do. But how does it work from a nonprofit side, or is it any difference at all? We'll be right back.
Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forster Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forster Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forster Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.
All right, guys, we are back. All right, so it's on me, ain't it? It's on me? I guess it's on me.
It might be. Let me check that. Let me check the chat real quick. I want to make sure that nobody so far is even confused just from the concept. So let's check on that, right? I've been talking now for 40 minutes, right? Obviously, I gave a lot of the background and the story, but is anybody lost on the concept of what this is, right? And I'll sum it up in 30 seconds, but is anybody lost? Because if you're not, I want 10 of y'all to type in the chat, Derek, I can do this, bro. Like, Derek, this seems like something I can do. I've been called to this, Derek. Let me know in the chat right now.
He called to it.
Okay? Are you called to this? Is this confusing so far? And obviously, I ain't done a lot of teaching yet, but is this confusing anybody? Does it sound something like you've been trying to do? And then I'm going to check the chat and I'm going to give it over to Shay because I see a lot of things that come in that I haven't read. So I want to jump in the chat, Shay, but I'll let you guide it, Shay, whether you want to do questions or whether you want to take off, Shay, because there's a lot of footage that we got to show today. And what I'm more excited about anything, I don't care if y'all forget everything I said so far. The 3-day challenge, May 20, 21, and 22, I'm getting ready to release the sign up for that right now. Nobody has got to sign up, and I want my YouTube family to get it first before we give it to the public on any social media. So today, you guys are going to get the website and the sign up today before anybody else does. Miss Shay, it's on you.
What we're doing today. So listen, you guys heard it.
I'm excited.
Right? Derek has been, while we were on vacation, chomping at the bit about y'all and this 3-day challenge, and I'm excited for him to be able to deliver that information to you as well. But I do want to talk about something really quickly, and I get asked this question a lot. Is it a big difference between a nonprofit and for-profit when I operate my ILFs? No, it's not. I use the same structure, the same model, the same rules, the same documentation, everything. The blessing for me is that this model allows for my nonprofit to have a steady flow of income, right? Most people go for the nonprofit structure thinking about grants, when a lot of people don't realize that they have to be grant ready, that most people do not start pouring into or giving grant funding to nonprofits unless they've been viable for 5+ years. Secondly, or thirdly, they don't, most times a substantial donor will not donate because they don't see no current consistency, I should say, in income from your nonprofit or donations, right? So my nonprofit, one of its primary purposes or income activities is my ILF. It's low income housing. It provides, a safe place for women. So it's not technically just low income housing. It's got a whole bunch of different structure around it as well. Hence the ILF model. But again, you want to know that from a nonprofit standpoint, my ILF operates exactly like if it was an LLC. The only thing is the allocation of funds and how I utilize the money that comes into the nonprofit. It doesn't go in my pocket. It goes right back into the deeds or doing the good works of the nonprofit organization. So that's where I wanted to just stick a pan in there before you go into what you want to talk about. Oh, well, I'm just reading the chat. So go ahead, go for it, D. I just gave my elevator pitch.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We're also going to take questions today as well, but I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
I'll admit I want to gear almost all of this conversation now towards the 3-day ILF challenge. So I'm almost nervous to say the website because I've been literally just anxious about
Did
it.
you
And
not
the
take a
team,
last peek at it?
no, I didn't actually.
Take another peek
And
at
the
it.
team literally just put the last finishing touches on it. So
Let him take a peek at it first, because I looked at it. I've seen it already.
And I'll admit, I don't care what it looked like. As long as they're able to sign up and move forward. There's so many people already waiting on it. So I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna do it. Also, Shay, so that they're not waiting on me, keep it going.
Yes.
Go in the chat and let's see if there's anything that you're able to answer or talk about just while I'm checking on that.
If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Now we're going to take this time to answer questions. As I'm reading through the chat, but we definitely want to answer your questions. We're all about giving you value, helping you to make that decision on whether you want to do this, if this is something that you've definitely been called to do. One of the things I like and I love that Derek did in a newer presentation, and he's been discussing it a lot more, is the fact that this is a business, right? And anyone that is operating a business has to be willing to go through the trials of operating a business, right? Knowing that there's high seasons, there's low seasons. Having your mindset that if this is something that God has called you to do, that no matter what, come hell or high water, you're going to persevere and walk through that. Man, it's ultimately the consistency of you getting out there and doing the work to help this thing become the brand that you want it to be in the earth. So just know that without work, don't even do it. Like it takes work. It takes consistency. It takes a tenacity to persevere. And it's honestly dealing with people, right? You've got to be a people's person. If you don't like people, this is going to be hard for you, right? You stand an easier chance of becoming like the other lady that was doing the housing herself. You want to make sure that the people are on the forefront of what you're doing and why you're doing this. So again, Kwani, we will get to that. I know Derek is definitely going to get into that in regards to pricing on beds. And then Tawanda Cobbs asks, have you guys worked with others in Alabama? Yes, we do.
Actually, one of our first, probably 5 coaching students ever in life came from Alabama. She was a nurse, so I always remember. And her name is the same as my sister, Tiffany. So big shout out to Tiffany and her husband.
Yep. Absolutely. So Michelle Jones says, I'm ready to be a blessing to those in need.
Absolutely.
I love it. And you don't realize how much of an impact you make until you've seen somebody walk in that door. And have that pitter patter in their heart that somebody cares enough to allow them to reside in such a place that they could never even fathom or imagine. So I love it. Oh, Tawana, I have a house in Anniston that I'm trying to remodel for ILF or renting. I think
Tawana might be close to Miss
Joanne's already responding to her. Yeah. So see, this is what I love about these times that we have on YouTube, because people can connect with each other, collaborate, have conversations, and see who's in the area. Joanne's been a part of our family for how long now? Joanne, you've been around for a long time.
Yeah. Joanne is just like the lady who she's talking to. Send like this on YouTube saying, wow, this sounds cool. And then Joanne jumped in and now she has multiple homes doing it, has sold one of them, also profited, and still in it. So absolutely.
Houston, Texas. We've got people all over Texas, actually.
Lots of people in DFW area. Lots of places in Texas. Jacksonville, yes. So who's that? The Hopper family? Yes, Hooper or Hopper. Our family works in all our coaching works in all 50 states, right? And in fact, I'm headed to Jacksonville, St. Augustine in about 2 hours, right? So my mom and sister is there. So remember, happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers.
Happy Mother's Day.
We may even do something crazy for mothers. We usually do. But absolutely, if you guys are wanting, especially for the one-on-one coaching, right? I've made the 3-day challenge so stupid, crazily affordable. There will be nothing special on that. But the one-on-one coaching, if you guys do want that, I may mix some kind of Mother's Day sale into that. Never even thought of that. But happy Mother's Day to everybody. No, in fact, not probably. I will do that. But without further ado, I just text my team that I'm okay with the website. They can make some changes along the way if they would like. But most important to me, I now want to unveil to you guys for the first time live ever. You guys are hearing it first at 10:50 a.m. that the ILF challenge is now open for registration.
Let's go.
So you guys will visit www.ilfchallenge.com. Again, that's ilfchallenge.com. So I'm super excited about that. That's something that we thought on probably less than 2 weeks ago. And my team know me, I'm quick. If I have a thought about something, it's like, okay, how fast can we build it? Let's go. Because the information for me, I have it already. But to build it, get the domain, buy it, website, build out the website, the funnel, blah, 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 that takes time. So big shout out to Hermie. A lot of my staff, Alex, Danish, Erica, April, a lot of my staff that jumped it, Shay, a lot of my staff that jumped in on this at the last minute, which I do a lot of things, but I'm super excited, guys, that ILFchallenge.com is now open and ready officially at 10:50 a.m. It's now 10:51, but we open that up. So, guys, make sure you go check that out. I'm telling you right now, if you can't or you never thought about the one-on-one coaching, maybe because of cost, no problem. Guys, for general, like right now, this second, go ahead. So it over trumps this?
No, go.
If it don't, I'll be like, Shay, really?
It's in correlation.
So I tell you what, you go first.
No, you go.
Okay.
You go.
So again, guys, the ILF challenge is for anybody that wants to get into this, that maybe you couldn't afford the one-on-one coaching or the timing was just off. Guys, general admission for 3 days of coaching is $97. VIP is only $147. And guys, if you know anything about me or our coaching, you can never get anything from us at that price point. But remember, and a lot of you new people don't know this, but remember, here's a time where I'm going to be real serious at, right? Because we're going to laugh and we're going to joke and have a great time here. But I want to be serious. I spoke over 2 weeks ago in this room and talked about all of us are going to, or all of us have been born, like me. I was born in 1981, November 16th. I don't know when I'm going to die. Right now on your tombstone or in your head, you got your date you was born, and then there's a dash. I promise to put everything I have into the dash. Because to me, the date you was born and the date you die are not the most important. To me, it's the dash in the middle that signifies what did you do in between those two times? What did you do with the life God gave you? So I'll admit, even me, doing this thing for 3 days at this price point, it's me giving it to that dash. Because our one-on-one coaching, guys, is usually $7,500. The DIY is usually $1,000. But for the whole year of 2025, the one-on-one coaching is only $4,997. $3 away from $5,000. The whole year is on sale. The DIY is on sale for $497 the entire year. That's another way of me putting everything that I got into the dash because I want to help more people. This 3-day challenge, I'll admit y'all, for 3 days for $97, that's like $32 a day. And then for the $147 for the VIP, guys, again, it's just unbeatable. So let me give you what's involved in it. Obviously, you got the website now. But the general admission, all 3 days, hardcore teaching of what this is, how to get started, and real fast coaching on how to find that property and how to fill those beds. The VIP people, you guys not only get the 3 days, but you also get the recording. And I'll admit, guys, nobody should get the $97 one. Guys, for $150, you're going to not get 3 days of coaching and the recordings. And the VIP people, I'm answering all y'all questions live during the event. And those people also meet with me 30 minutes to an hour before each day to ask questions and continue to get poured into. And the VIP also gets, and there's more, they get a free, another gift that's going to be coaching that I haven't even talked about yet of what it's going to be. I'm just calling it an additional free gift. That one's going to be a surprise. So again, guys, I hope you guys are excited. The ILF challenge has been something that we've thought about. We want to make it stupid, crazy, affordable Because I'll be honest, guys, I want this to be so affordable that if you don't get it, I want you to feel bad about it. Because if you claim that God has put this in your heart, you won't spend $150 for 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Somebody divide that. Like, I ain't great at math. What is 150 divided by 3 days? Like, that's crazy. And each day will probably be over 2 hours easily. Y'all know how I coach. My YouTube channel go for 2 hours for free. So can you imagine what the 3-day challenge will be?
It's going to be a lot.
So again, guys, May 20, 21, and 22. And I'm done, Shay. And we'll come back on by it, but you had something.
So the first person to go ahead and make that purchase today will get a free gift from the Angela Denise Foundation. I think the Angela Denise Foundation is going to bless. We're going to bless the people, Derek.
Well, I wasn't going to mention it, but I already out-trumped you. I was going to give the first 10 people with something else additionally that I wasn't going to tell them about.
Trying to get into. So how about that?
But
on this day,
I'm excited. And I already know for a lot of you guys, that's also going to lead to the one-on-one coaching. So again, I'm just super excited, man. Again, for $97 general admission, and then for $147 for 3 days, all the recordings and meeting with me 30 minutes to an hour before each day. So guys, it's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so
you're going to do 30 minutes earlier?
So probably 30 minutes to an hour each day. The VIPs will meet with me before starting.
Nice.
And then I'm going to answer all of the VIPs questions live.
I love that.
And then they get an additional gift that I'm not even telling them what it's going to be, but it will be some form of coaching in terms of what this is. So I'm excited about that. So we can get back into some coaching. We can get back into the chat, but I absolutely want to make sure that we put that up because a lot of you guys have been waiting for that. And again, guys, for 97 or 147, in my opinion, you shouldn't even get the 97 because it's going to be so much information. You're going to forget it as soon as it's over. The 147 actually gives you the recordings and the notes, the transcript, the to-do, right? You don't have to remember. It's going to be time-stamped.
Yeah.
So the software that we use, guys, is going to break all of my talking down in notes in like a to-do. The VIPs get all of that. So in my opinion, guys, you shouldn't, and shame on me, I probably shouldn't even offered it. But because I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to get in, I had to make a lower tier. But in my opinion, unless you take really great notes, you probably shouldn't get the one for $97.
So just so everybody's aware, this is a 3-day Zoom challenge.
Yep,
so this is a virtual event. So that way you don't have to leave the comfort of your home. You can
I make it convenient.
It's right here it's on the screen. The website is ILFchallenge.com. You can go ahead and sign up. It is right above both of our face, right below both of our amazing little squares here. So go ahead and sign up. It is time to get started. Get excited about this because we sure are. It's a lot of information that you'll be able to receive and get you on the road to starting your own independent living facility. And congratulations, we've got our first person. Derek didn't hear me.
Oh, actually 2 people. 3 people.
3.
Wow. That's what I call moving at the speed of instruction. You guys, so
congratulations.
And I love it that it's time stamped because I'm going to bless you guys with something that you don't even know about yet. But that's what I call moving at the speed of instruction. This again, the people that I've already been waiting on this, so I'm not actually even surprised by that. A lot of people have been asking, so I absolutely love it.
Congratulations, y'all. And again, I'm gonna go through that and I'll be sending out a free gift to you all as well.
Yep.
I know Derek will be, but I also from the Angela Denise Foundation want to send
now Shay's gift may need your address. Shay gift may be physical.
I already have their address because they had to do that for sign up.
Good.
So, absolutely.
Perfect.
So I have their address. So I will be.
Somebody says put it in the chat. Put what in the chat exactly? I'm not sure what you mean.
If it's trying to log into the.
Let our assistant know that things went well on his end too, because he wants to know that he did a great job. Because I rushed him through that whole process, right? Joanne says, "Derek, you are robbing yourself." Just kidding. I'm just saying the information's Y'all know why Joanne said that? Because Joanne paid $7,500 to me. Joanne paid the old price, y'all. So what I'm trying to tell y'all now, Joanne is telling y'all that this is the cheat code to get me for 3 days. And I'll admit, after the 3 days, most of y'all gonna want to even advance to the one-on-one coaching. But even if you don't, I've set this 3 days to be such hardcore. And because the people that already bought it are also getting the transcript, the notes, the to-do, and all 3 days of recording and meeting with me, watch this. Anybody, all 73 of y'all that purchased the DIY, all y'all need to be in this. You know why? Because you got everything else already. The DIY, you guys are so lucky. You already got all the material. You got all the paperwork, all the documents. These folks just get the teaching.
I love it.
Which is great. But remember, if you're a DIY and you only paid that fee you paid, please do yourself a favor and get more coaching and get into this. Why wouldn't you? It's like now you're getting that piece of that one-on-one from me, right? So make sure you guys do that. If you purchase the DIY, again, I'm encouraging you to come to this 3-day challenge. And I already got 5 people already that said, well, Derek, I can't make it because I'm out of town that week. So I'm buying the 147 so you can send me my recording. Yep. Genius. Very smart of you to do that. Yeah. Okay? So I'm also going to let you know, thank you again, Miss TT. She just signed up.
Welcome.
Brittany's asking, where is the DIY? So the DIY is on our website. So at Forster Consultants, guys, there's 2 coaches. I make it real easy. One-on-one coaching is called the ILF Mastery Blueprint, where I hold your hand, I become your family. You get my personal number. The DIY, you get everything that package gets except Shay and I. Mm-hmm. You don't get me in the DIY. But how smart is it if you get the DIY and you get this thing? Because you get me for 3 days now. Yeah. And a lot of you smart people, out of probably 82 of y'all, I think 45 of y'all upgraded to the $47 a month to where you're in that private community. Very smart. So if I were you, I would join all of those together. Listen to what I just said. If you can't afford that $4,997 to $5,000 one-on-one coaching, guess what you should do? DIY. Upgrade to the $47 a month to be in the private community where we still meet one-on-one, and you can text 5 days a week questions in the community. Yeah. And then still get the ILF challenge. That's kind of like you're a la carting my services, which is very smart and affordable. How many people agree with that? Like, that's, to me, is a no-brainer.
So D. Ross is asking, is this on your website? Can't access. So what?
The challenge is not.
The challenge is not.
The challenge is a whole separate deal that I'll probably never do again in life.
Correct. Look at the information for the ILF challenge is right here below us. It says ilfchallenge.com. That is where you're going to sign up. That is the website, ilfchallenge.com. I'm laughing at Katara and Joanne in the chat. They're like,
they're all laughing because when they took these things, they paid $5,000, $4,500, $75,000. Like, guys, like, my new people have no clue what kind of deal this is. My older people, they're like, dang, Derek, like, why we couldn't get it like that?
Told you. She said you cheating yourself.
Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I'll probably never do this challenge again ever at this price.
Never.
That general fee will probably be like $2,500, right? For 3 days of what it takes me to pour into this. Yeah. And if you know me, like, you know, like, prime example, if you don't know me, watch this. When we're done here, go to my YouTube channel, which is this, click the button that says live. Guys, I got over 765 videos that are over 2 and 3 and 4 hours long. 700, almost 800. So to get this coaching at this price, y'all, but the value you're going to get, it's a no-brainer. But again, I'll admit, it's me pouring everything I got this year into that dash. Even if it means discounting something that would cost other people thousands, I want y'all to get it. And again, guys, if I'm correct, that website, my guy put a timer on it. I think that's 9 days away. Yeah. So you don't got a lot of time to think about it, but you kind of sort of do. Tiffany Walker is another one that paid me $5,000, probably $7,000, right? So they know the value that you guys are getting. And again, y'all, it's 3 days. So I don't want to spend a bunch of time on it. A lot of y'all are already getting it. I can see it. But Shay, make sure the team puts it out to social media today, at least by 2 o'clock. I wanted my YouTube family and my TikTok folks to get it first before anybody got it on social media.
And the reason reason why we're doing this, guys, is we want to take the excuse out of you having the access to the information, right? I don't want you to leave this event saying that you didn't have access to information when this is what we're gearing 3 days of our time. Time is and we can't get time back, guys, right? Once we spend these 3 days with y'all, that is time.
Joanne said, Tiffany, are you hearing this, sis?
They gonna be at you, Derek. So yeah, listen.
How many are you all new to me and you have no clue the deal you just got? Like,
Yeah.
Tiffany and Joanne been around for years.
And you know, we made
Type in the chat if you new to us, Shay and I. Shay,
yeah.
go ahead.
Derek, what I'm actually text you what I think we should do. I'm gonna send you a text message so that you can see if this is something that you want to.
Because people are study buying it.
Yeah.
Nobody's bought the 97 yet,
No,
and that
no.
makes sense.
And
like,
what I love about
to
our
me, it just
system-
don't make sense.
Yeah. What I love about our system is that we can see all of this information
Yeah.
in real time.
The Nash family just got it. The Greenfield family just got it.
Don't spread all they didn't.
Yeah, a bunch of your DIY people just got it. No, that's congratulating them. That ain't spreading their business. These are the same people that say, God, I want to change my life, and you gave me Derek to do it. Let's go. Because as I always tell you, between God and my family, we're going to change your life. And then we together going to say, God did it. That's how it works, y'all.
I just text you my question.
Brittany said she knew. So, Brittany, you have no clue that I'm almost giving this away. Like,
Yeah, it's better.
no clue.
It's just a step away from $3.99.
Yeah, I'm giving this away, guys, at this price. But just back into the coaching real quick, because this, again, I listed on that website, what are the 3 days containing? And it's this right here on their screen.
And the website
How do we take
ILFchallenge.com? People keep asking, what is the website? And I got it right underneath.
Very
ILFchallenge.com.
big on the screen. Yep.
It's bigger than us.
I'll even put it in the chat. ILF Challenge.
Now, if I spelled it wrong, then that might be the issue. But
So I want to talk about this real quick, and we'll talk a lot about this over these 3 days. When people ask me, well, Derek, what happens when you get the call from the guy that says, Derek, I ain't sharing no room. I'm a grown man, Derek.
Yeah.
Well, we also got private suites.
Mm-hmm.
There goes Charmaine now. Charmaine said, am I hearing this right, Joanne?
Oh, Derek,
Charmaine, another that paid probably $7,500. Like, the new people have no clue what they getting, right? Because even the one-on-one coaching now, all year long is only $4,997.
Yeah.
I allow people to team up and party like it's crazy.
No excuses.
But anyway,
all excuses.
This is that room that we provide for the guy that says, Derek, I ain't sharing no room, bro. I'm a grown adult, bro. No problem. Because in this one environment, there's 3 different settings.
Yeah.
The first set is what I've been showing you all day, those 2 people per room. The next one is the private suite that actually has 1 bed and a bathroom. Does that make sense, everybody? So back to that other point, and I'll drop this down. Then there's one more model where it's that 1 bed, but there is no bathroom in that room. They still share the hallway bathroom.
Correct.
So 3 models inside of the one. 2 beds means you got a roommate. 1 bed, no roommate, but you share the hallway bathroom. The other model, 1 bed and your own bathroom. That's a suite. So we got something to fit everybody, Miss Tasha, no matter the phone call. But what I don't do, I don't house women and children. I don't house families, and I don't house pregnant women past 5 months. If some lady calls Shay and she's 3 months pregnant, as long as there's a plan behind that, Shay gonna probably house that lady. But if she called me and she's 7.5, 8 months pregnant, man, where you going? What is your plan after this? Because this environment may not be for you. But because we're so good at referrals and referring people to the right placement, that's a big part of what we do. What happens if I get a call from a family? We give them resources because the ILF model houses the individual, male or female.
Correct.
And to answer that question from the Jones family, I don't do co-ed, meaning men and women in the same house,
but
never in the same room, but in the same house. I don't. But we coach a lot of people that love it. So if you say, well, Derek, I want to do co-ed. I don't mind women and men in the same place, but not together. Well, knock yourself out. I just don't. My brother, who I started this with many years ago, who passed away, my brother loved co-ed. Mm-hmm. He believed that co-ed brought cohesiveness. Mm-hmm. I thought co-ed brings a party. So I said no to that. Type in the chat, 5 of y'all. Will you go co-ed or not? Type in the chat. Let me know.
So this is the 3-day challenge is a Zoom. It is not on YouTube. The link will be sent out every day. Not right before, but give you time to log in. With those that are VIP, getting early access login codes and access to join, and then those that are purchasing the regular ticket will get access post to the VIP meetup.
Yep.
So Zoom. It's Zoom. It's a Zoom.
And also, guys, I'll say it now, but on the website, it kind of even talks about how the pattern of these 3 days will go, right? So day one, unlock the opportunity. Like, what is this? Who will we house? How do we choose it? Will it be seniors, veterans, working people?
Yeah.
Like, what is the opportunity of this? Some of y'all heard this today, but I'm going to go deeper. And I'm going to add a lot of other stuff too that I didn't talk about it. Day 2, quickly, because everybody asked it, Derek, how do I get that property? That's the whole way I built this 3-day challenge, y'all. What are y'all asking me the most? Derek, what are we saying, Derek, to the homeowner to allow him to rent the house to me and I put my 10 people in it?
Correct.
Huh? Derek, what does that sound like? I'm giving it to y'all. And day 3, plug in the profit system, how we make money from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
How do we fill these beds with reliable residents? How do we keep it running smoothly? How do we keep the income coming in consistently? Because with that, that's how you leave your job. Because if it ain't consistent, maybe you got to keep your job.
Right.
But remember, the way I teach it, I took a page out of my brother's book. If you got a great job and it don't bother you, you keep your job and you do this too. And then we'll pick a day, God and I and you together, of when you walk off that job.
Yeah.
But boy, if you anything like me, your goal is 3 to 6 months of meeting me. I want you to leave that place. Okay? That's the goal, and that's the stat that we're seeing from a lot of people now. Can somebody type in the chat, Derek, I can imagine that. Can you imagine leaving and resigning your job 3 to 6 months from today? I'll go 6 to 9, but can you imagine, because some people doing it in 3 to 6. Can you imagine 3 to 6 months leaving your job from today? Or choose it from May 20th.
I love it. Pathways to Foundation said, I'm keeping my job.
Exactly. You
and
like my brother Otis.
Wait, see, I
exactly.
love that. When people think that way, it's all about preparing for the future, right? You're setting up other milestones in the process. I love that. Even though we didn't do it, but just
guys,
I love it. I love it.
I'm telling you, man, if you desire to leave your job, I coach people to do it different than I did. I'm honest, and I tell y'all that I would have done it a little bit different. And certain reasons, I'll admit right now, reason number 1, I didn't know about business credit. So here's a quick lesson, dummy Derek. You can't leave your W-2 job and then go to the bank asking for business loans, business lines of credit, because they don't trust your ILF. They don't trust your LLC. For some reason, the banks love your W-2 job. So dummy me, I quit my job and then try to go to the bank to get business lines of credit, and they say, Derek, bro, you just quit your job. What you talking about? You want a loan, Derek, and credit cards. They said, now, Derek, if you kept that job you was on for 9 years, dummy, we'd have gave you all the money you wanted, bro. I'm just honest. At the moment, that was a dumb decision.
It was a dumb decision.
But watch this. It's actually not dumb. It's called ignorance. Lack of knowledge is ignorance. And somewhere in that good book talks about that too. Our people perish for a lack of knowledge. We don't do so well in life for the lack of knowledge. We miss out on opportunities sometimes because of the lack of knowledge. And one of my favorite ones, I want 5 of y'all to steal this today and post it on your social media. Derek says, stop being poor. But watch this. Poor don't mean Derek ain't got no money. Poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. Don't put it in the chat, but just nod to yourself in your living room that if you know you're supposed to be doing this, but you kept passing it over. Repeatedly, you will not, though. Poor me. Somebody put it in the chat. Poor. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. This would be the last time you hear this model of housing that you pass it over. Today is your day. Make sense? Like Miss Cobb said, I'm so choked up right now. God has answered my prayers. She's so smart, she didn't even put me in the sentence. So smart of her. Forget Derek. She gave the credit to God, which I do as well. Because guess what my prayer is every day, Tawanda? God, I decrease so that you can increase inside of me and my coaching program. Yeah. Forget about Derek. Have your way, Lord. I coach you guys. Forget about Derek. Guess who my city is really in love with? Second Chance Housing. Yeah. That's the name of my program. I don't care about Derek, but Second Chance Housing is changing lives in my community. Here's some more free coaching before my challenge on the 20th. Don't put the word housing in your name like me. That was dumb. I didn't know that. The banks hate real estate. They view it as a high-risk industry. Watch this, Cobbs family. What I know today and what I'm going to teach you, here's some free coaching. My name should have been Second Chance Solutions, Second Chance Enterprise, Second Chance Foundation, Second Chance Project, Second Chance Group. That's some good coaching right there, because the bank loves those names. I want y'all to be bankable. Yeah. You go in there with the word housing, you just turned yourself into $1,000 credit card that could have been $10,000. Don't use home, houses, living, none of that stuff. Make it sound generic, non-housing. 5 of y'all type in the chat, wow, bro, thanks, Dick. I didn't know that. I didn't either. That's why my coaching teaches y'all not to do what I did. Now, lucky for me today, I'm so established that my name don't matter now. Yeah. But from day one, I struggled because the name housing was in it. If you under my coaching right now, 5 of y'all put your name in the chat. Watch how their names are different from me. Guys, the student is supposed to always outdo the teacher. I want y'all to be better at this than me. Yeah. Most coaches ain't like that. I want you, because what God has got for me is for me. So y'all can't stop me. I want to enrich y'all lives through this information. And watch this. Here's another quote that we live by. Move at the speed of revelation. Move at the speed of instruction. Exactly. When you hear something that is this powerful and you feel like God has called you to it, what are you waiting on? Does that make sense? Like, what are we waiting on when he's put me in front of your face, my YouTube channel full of stuff? And watch this. If you buy nothing from me, join us every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday on YouTube. Yes, it's free. I have a no excuse zone. I got something for everybody. Free stuff, one-on-one coaching, group coaching. I got a do-it-yourself version. And now I come out with this 3-day challenge. Guys, I'm hard to beat like that. Guess what that's called? I'm putting everything I got into this dash because I don't know what day I'm going to die. Right now, it's 1981, November 16, dash. I'm putting everything I got into this dash, meaning teaching y'all how to change y'all life in your community. Can you imagine having a business that the blessing of God is already built into it? That's what this is. You're preaching today, sir. Shay, the blessing already built into this. Preaching, sir. Shay, you know that we prayed for money. We prayed for God change our life. God ain't gonna give none of y'all no money. It's not just gonna fall from the sky. Like, never. He gonna give you the idea that can change your city, that can change your family, that can change your church. Wow. And some of y'all, it's gonna come through this. He ain't gonna give you no wads of money. He gave you the idea to start this, and now he put my big mouth in front of your face. Now you have no excuses. 3-day challenge, May 20th, 21st, and 22nd. For $147, you'll be doing yourself a disservice if you don't get it. Make sense, everybody? I'm going back in the chat. Before we do that, I'm going to play a quick commercial, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. We're super excited. Y'all got a lot of choices of where y'all could have been today, but y'all chose to be here, and we super appreciate that. Make sure that you guys are following us here on YouTube so that you don't miss any of this footage. Because again, guys, we go live 3 days a week, right? Also follow me at Facebook at Derek Forston. Be my friend. I want you guys to friend request me. Won't you be my friend? But more important than being my friend, when you go there to my page, be nosy. Go and look at what we're doing. Look at how we're changing lives of the people that we're serving, meaning our coaching clients.
Yeah.
But more importantly to me, look at the lives that we're changing right in the communities that we live in, right? The latest one that's on my page right now is me training military veterans. Guys, I started a brand new business just to teach my veterans how to pressure wash. I put it on video. Behind my left shoulder, you guys can't see it because it's blurred out. That's my vision board. Years ago, and it's still there. God, I want to start a housing program to help seniors, military veterans, and people that have a job that can't afford a house or an apartment. But right under that, in a little asterisk in smaller writing, God, I also want to eventually give them jobs and opportunity. I didn't know that I would start the business, but look at what happened. I started a pressure washing company by the name of Power Stream Solutions. Call me a liar if you go to my page and you don't see it. I'm training a military veteran that want to work, but can't go to a job and like get somebody to hire him. So I'll provide the dadgum job. Big shout out to Power Stream Solutions, LLC. Make sense, everybody? So again, please go and be my friend at Derek Forston and follow us everywhere at Forston Consultants as a company in terms of what we do. Miss Shay, back over to you.
Derek said be his friend.
Won't you be my friend?
If you're trying to be Mr. Rogers, it's amazing, but okay.
Really quickly, just to answer this as Shay keeps talking, I'm just going to scroll through the kind of people that we house. Shay, back on you.
So I saw a question asking about, are we going to discuss the difference between nonprofit payments and for-profit payments? Absolutely, this is a definite question that you can bring up during that why do I keep saying 5-day challenge? 3-day challenge. Please don't give me 5 days, not right now. But the 3-day challenge, this is going to be something that we do discuss. So make sure you bring that question to the challenge. Honestly, I'll just give you a hint now. There's really no difference. But there are differences in the allocation of the way the funding is dispersed once it is received. So that's something that we'll dive in a little deeper because I know that's going to spurt a lot of questions. And I'd rather you all be able to ask those questions and receive answers to that. I don't want to just give you a blanket statement and then you're like, well, that left me high and dry. But I don't want that to be your situation, okay? So I will discuss that during the challenge. And again, it's truly, there's very small nuances to some of the stuff that we do in regards to the for-profit space and the nonprofit space. So that'll be something that we're talking about.
Good stuff. Really quickly, I want to answer, you can bring up what James said, but I want to answer this from the Taylor family. This is something that I didn't plan on talking about today. I did this a lot. Obviously, you're new to us, but I want to just show you, right? One of our favorite marketing strategies is actually to allow people to come to the ILF. Right. Shay, can you tell the people, take that down for a second, Shay, because I want them to focus on this one picture. Shay, can you tell them who are these people? What tool did you use to get them there, and why are they there? Okay. And how did you get so many of them at one time?
Right. So this is a medical health organization, so a hospital organization with several different hospitals around our state, because they went past city and it's now state. And what I did is we partnered and gained relationships with their case management services and departments. And what they did is monthly meetings. They all have a monthly meeting. The reason why I know all of this is because I work for this organization. Don't know none of these people, but I work for this organization.
Completely different department, right?
Different departments
from what you did.
So what I do remember and know is that every month they have corporate meetings for every department within the organization. So whether it's case management, whether it's, an RN subcommittee, whether it's all sorts of different committees, they meet on a monthly basis. We were invited to one of their monthly meetings, which in turn gave us the opportunity to now change that monthly meeting from them being at the hospital or the corporate hospital, the corporate office, to now coming to the ILF to do a walkthrough. What did I use to do this? Again, email campaigns, all of that is driven through digital flow solutions, not MailChimp, not Constant Contact or any of that. I use digitalflowsolutions.net to do all of my web hosting, my CRM, my business phone and text messaging services are all through one platform. And what this allowed for them to do was to reserve their spot, to come and do a walkthrough. They got to meet some of the residents that are in the home. They got to see, if they chose us as a housing provider, this is where their residents will be living at, right? This was the open house for this location that had just opened, which is the Maryland. This is the home that we purchased and turned it into an ILF. And right now, this house is full. Yeah, so this house is currently full.
Congratulations, Miss Shay. Full of who? Full of what?
Full of ladies. Fun thing about this house is I've been able, like and this is something I'll talk about a lot more in depth during the challenge, is how I mixed populations, right? This is not something that I normally do. I wouldn't house a mental health population with the working everyday individual, or the domestic violence with the working everyday individual. But this house honestly did so well with the calls and the assessments that I was able to fuse this house with different population types. And it's full. So guess what I got to do, guys? Get another house. Because the calls don't stop, right? So you've got to be
Shay, I don't mean to cut you off, but you also have something coming up which brings up this picture. Do you want to go into that now or finish where you're at?
So no, I can go to that
because that's really exciting, and I want the people to hear both sides of like the ideal, but also why you're doing it from the nonprofit standpoint, as where I can't do that the way you're doing it.
I can do it for you.
Okay. Yeah. So, ding, 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 ding.
Exactly. Okay. So the Angela Denise Foundation will be doing this year its annual spa day. I've already allocated the massage therapist that will be coming and doing chair massages for our young ladies. We're going to be having food, and we'll also be having some other individuals to come by and pour into them during this time. This is going to be, hey, Hermie.
Hey, what's going on, Hermie?
So we'll be doing some amazing stuff, and you'll see some text messages and emails coming through Forston Consultants and the Angela Denise Foundation, because we're looking for support, sponsorship to help get this up and running, right? There's over eight women that will be taken care of during this spa day, and it costs, right? So what about if you were able to make a donation towards making this happen for them? So just be on the lookout for that. But that is literally what it is. People in the community, people that provide services like nail technicians, massage therapists, and stuff like that. There's, even restaurants that sometimes want to donate and take a part in this. They'll be the ones helping to provide the things needed for this amazing event. So you can take a part of that too. You can take part in that as well. And join us as we do something special for these amazing women. And that is our 2025 Angela Denise Foundation Spa Day.
Good stuff. I love it. I love it. So I like to kind of often say that once you've mastered the art of housing people, because under our coaching, I'm going to teach you to stick to housing. Like, you're not going to meet me week one. We're going to be talking about your next spa event for your clients, right? Housing people is enough by itself. Trust me. But once you get a great house, great people, and you kind of, I won't even use the term mastered it, but once you got a good grasp of it, your thought should instantly go to, man, what can I add to this that don't cost me no money, that don't cost me no trouble, or I got to get permission from my state? Correct. What can I add to this? Sometimes it's just haircuts and the shave for your guys, or maybe partner with other people that bring in massages, aromatherapy, open spoken word as they're getting a massage or a pedicure, manicure. I think pedi is what, feet? Mani is hands? Right. So I jokingly say this, but here again, I want to be serious for 2 seconds. How many of you women, and I want y'all to put in the chat, at least 7 women I want to respond to this. How many women, including today, you're probably going to get either your nails done or your feet done? Put in the chat real quick. Shay looks overdue. I think she's going today. Put in the chat, because I want to make a point. How many women religiously either get your feet or your nails done weekly or bi-weekly? Let me know in the chat. Yeah. I want to do that, but before I go any further, because I will just want to prove a point. Simple point. Please put in the chat, ladies. I don't see nothing yet. How many women are getting their nails and their feet done almost religiously, either weekly or bi-weekly? Here they come. Quantity says me. Somebody says got my done yesterday. Tawanda says I'm getting my done right now, I think. Brittany says me. Cassandra says yesterday. But my point is, Cassandra, how great would it make you feel to do this for women that's never experienced that? We do this thing, or y'all do this thing, and no knock on y'all, but guess what? Y'all life is so together that y'all kind of take it, not take advantage of it. What's that phrase? Take it for granted. Mm-hmm. That you just go and get that done without even thinking about it. What about now that you can offer this to other people? Shay gonna talk to you in a minute. Why did she bring the service in-house instead of taking them women to the place? She bought the nail tech in-house. She bought the makeup person in-house. How many of y'all going to church tomorrow? You're gonna have on a full face of makeup. Some of y'all only do eyeshadow. I get it. Some of y'all only do lip gloss. What about doing this for women that have never had their eyebrows arched? You'll be looking a mess if you eyebrows ain't arched there every two weeks. Shay, look, Shay. Eyebrows like this.
Eyebrows or lashes?
Can you imagine? Or lashes, eyebrows too. These women got their eyebrows done.
Oh no, but you talking about eyebrows like this? I was like,
what I'm saying, Shay, if they don't, they look like this. What about if you could give this to somebody else, Miss Quani? How would that make you feel?
I can't with you.
That's the thing that brings. This is what I call showing the love of God without beating somebody on the head with a Bible.
Absolutely.
Because guess what this also brings up? When you show the love of God, now they're asking, hey, you guys got a van that can pick us up for church? Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. See how I'm doing God's will, and I'm no preacher. I just bought pizza, popcorn, sodas, and brought the makeup people in. Shay did all of that, actually. But see how you brought the love of God in, which brought them to say, hey, can you pick us up to go to church?
Right.
I heard Shay sings at her church, and we want to hear it. 5 of y'all put in the chat, wow, Derek, this is you showing the love of God through your actions. I didn't ask none of y'all to be a preacher. None of y'all to be a minister of the gospel per se. But when you showing the love of God, that's actually what you're doing.
Absolutely.
That's why I think this is such a cheat code about what it is. Show me any other business where you can show the love of God, help people, make a bunch of money doing it, because I ain't afraid to say that. Some people are scared. Dear, don't get. The devil is a liar. I've been poor most of my life, y'all. Watch this. Another serious moment. I'm not joking here. Miss Chung, I've been, and trust me, I want to be real careful. Right. Not poor.
Right.
As in, eating out the trash, homeless. I always had food, always had a roof over my head. God's been good to me my whole life. But watch this. I never had enough. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Barely making ends meet. Living check to check. That ain't no way to live. Am I wrong about it or am I right about it? So am I wrong to say, God, I know you, I'm breathing. I got 2 arms, 2 legs. God, I got a job, but God, it gotta be more. Somebody say in the chat, Derek, God has gotta be more. God, thank you for my current job. Yes, but God has gotta be more. I was making $28,000 a year on that job. I said, God has gotta be more. He shows me a girl making 41 grand a month housing people in rats and roaches. Somebody type in the chat. Gotta be more.
They coming is already.
My screen must be delayed, Shay, because I get like anxious if I don't see people responding if I know something powerful. It's gotta be more. And again, watch this, y'all. Shay was on her corporate America job, didn't know what this was.
Had no and was not interested in leaving. I'm gonna be honest.
I say, Shay, God is getting this thing crazy. I need your help. Shay, I need help. I'm drowning, Shay, in a good way. I need help. Somewhere in that Bible it says that the wife is that helpmate, helpmeet. I need some help. Yank Shay from corporate America making a bunch of money. Shay was making the money, y'all, I was dreaming to make. Watch me be real honest in front of a bunch of y'all. My gentlemen, my men, the male species, watch this. The day I met Shay many years ago, Shay and I have been married going on 13 years, y'all. Shay has been the breadwinner in my household for most of our marriage. Watch this. Some people scared to say that. Shay made more money than me at her job than I did. It was the breadwinner for many years. But how many of y'all know that that's not God's order? Kind of, sort of, right? I'm supposed to lead this family. That's why he gave the vision to me. Mm-hmm. That years later, we snatched Shay, and I'm doing that word snatch. We snatched her from corporate America. And Shay was like, well, Darren, what am I going to do? I said, well, remember these women houses I got now? I'm done doing that. Shay, you going to house these women now. Yeah. That was when Shay, after a bad day at work, because watch this, God already told me that I needed Shay help. Shay's job started to crumble. Something called COVID-19 came around. How many of y'all have forgot about COVID-19? COVID came and Shay whole hospital down. In the same timing of I said, Shay, I need help.
So
Lord have mercy.
Clean that up some. So the funny thing about it is God knew that he needed me to transition. One of the young ladies that I work with says, I have a feeling, she says, I've been praying about you, and I know that your husband needs you more than this hospital does. Mm-hmm. Or it's not that not that the hospital didn't need me, they didn't appreciate, financially, what all that I was doing. And she says, your husband needs you. And she says, Shay, I know that we have you on borrowed time. And I was like, ha, 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 you're funny, ha, whatever. I enjoyed what I did. I loved what I did. I got to do a lot of great things in healthcare, right? Projects and construction and like a lot of things I had the opportunity to lead. And, that was not my vision. I loved what I did. Yeah. And one day it was just a frustrating day. Like, it was just one of those days I was frustrated. And I was like, good Lord, like, what else do y'all want? My firstborn? You want blood? Like, what do you want? And that day I got to the exit of the hospital and I turned back around. I called the director and I said, miss me. I'm out for the day. Like, I'm not even coming.
She didn't even ask that day.
I didn't even need to ask because I was in a leadership position. I just told her, miss me with all of that. Y'all figure it out. I'm going home. Like, I'm going home for the day. This ain't a no call, no show. This is nothing. I let the directors know, and I'm like, I'm out. Like, leave me. And I went home, called Derek, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, this makes no sense. I've just done this. I've just done that. I've done all of this stuff, and they still want more. I'm like, what are y'all doing? And that was the day that the Angela Denise Foundation was birthed at our kitchen table. And
with tears streaming down her face and upset. But sometimes that's what we need, right? And I don't want that to happen to any of you all. But as God begins to give you this vision, if your job starts to get shaky, relationships around you start to get shaky, there's a shifting that's probably happening.
And see,
pay attention to that.
I want to add this there. For me, I would have stayed because I enjoyed what I did. And that's why God will frustrate a situation so much that it causes you to shift. I was comfortable being the breadwinner or having a consistent great income on a bi-weekly basis, right? Great healthcare. Oh, don't even talk about the benefits. Come on now.
Our insurance now is expensive, but don't cover nothing.
Listen, they just denied
Lord
me
have
a
mercy.
hospital bill.
Don't get us on that entrepreneurship
No,
insurance.
They told me
Don't get me on
sis.
that.
They told me, nah, sis, this ain't what we paying for. You got this. Bill in the mail. But no, seriously, like it was a true shaking for me to reposition myself to be where I needed to be as a wife and as a helpmeet. And a lot of times, and I say this to our independent, strong women. I grew up in a household full of independent and strong women. But at some time, when you allow your spouse or that person to truly lead and you submit, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. I can be strong. Derek could tell you. We have some heated fellowship and conversations. But in all honesty, it was necessary for me to be out of that position because it was never a position for me to hold long term. God will grace you with the strength to carry something until the person that is ordained as headship is positioned appropriately to take over headship. God graces for a season or for seasons until that time comes for right alignment. And then you see an abundance of overflow. What we like in the housing aspect of what we do is nothing compared to what I was bringing in my big dollar corporate America job. And it's not only about the income, it's about the impact. I have conversations with our residents. I have conversations with the ones that have moved on and moved out. And to see that my obedience, get me on this, my obedience to God and saying, yes, I will decrease and get out of the way.
Come on, Shay.
I will get out of the way because me being in this position of headship, I'm out of alignment. And a lot of people won't submit to that or agree to that because of what societal norms make it seem like. Submission is not a bad thing. Can I tell you something? My life is so much more fun now that I'm submitting because guess what's not on my shoulders? When the mortgage is going to get paid. Where the light bill money coming from? Yeah. What we gonna eat today? You feel what I'm saying? So like it's not even that. It's being able to now pour from a different well, a well that as a woman, as a wombed man, I am able to pour from, and I don't have to pour from a different space that I was never meant to even have an overflow or even be able to carry. So again, I just and this leads to some of the things that we're going to be adding to our YouTube channel is how do we navigate this space? Yeah. Right. We're going to have
especially married couples and business partners. Like, how do you work together and don't kill each other? Right. Shay and I, we're together every day. That wasn't like that when we had jobs. And then when I left my job first, Shay was on her job a while before I snatched her out. So how do we do that every day now and not pull each other hair out? Right. So part of that for me is getting staff. Right. Because Shay's got some beautiful hair. But y'all, our first year, Shay was about to pull it all out because I got a lot of demands and wants and in business. And that's why we grew this virtual assistant team so big now. Shay was my first help. But when we kind of outgrew that and Shay needed her own team too, we got virtual assistants that now help us with everything that we do. And now because of that, we give y'all the VAs too. Yeah. So in our coaching package, that's a part of it. So everything that runs our business, we give it to y'all, including the software, the systems, the CRM, the phone line, right? Everything you guys need and the virtual assistants, which are based out of the Philippines, Nigeria, and all sorts of places. So
and we got two of our virtual assistants hanging out with us right now.
Two? Who's the second one? Oh no, I saw Kate.
I saw Kate. I see Jess.
Jess is in here too?
Yes.
What's up, Jess? Why are you guys here? My team is off on the weekend, y'all, but they just so on to what we're doing.
Now Jess is texting. Yo, go have fun.
Talking about happy weekend. Big shout out to our team, guys. Watch this. Another serious moment. Because we laugh and joke and have a great time here. But guys, we can't be who we are without first God and this team. And then the softwares and systems.
I love it.
So if you guys want to mimic the model that we do, but my prayer is that you're better than us. Keep God first. Get some help. Virtual assistants, we give y'all that with y'all package, either one that you get. And then last but not least is the software and systems that we use. Okay, so there's Kate, there's Jess. Oh, big shout out to Kate too, because I heard Kate made a referral for her ILF owner. So if you're lost and you don't know what that means, we'll tell you later. But Kate made a referral because we teach you guys. Watch this really quick. Most of y'all want to do just what me and Shay do. You want to get a house and house people. But what if I showed you a way to where you can house people tomorrow and don't need a house? You need relationship. And that's what Kate does as a VA for her ILF owner. They literally used the phone, made a referral to keep somebody from being homeless, and they made money from that.
Yeah.
So we got a webinar, guys, that's called the HRA. In fact, if you want that teaching, it's only 14 minutes long and it's free. How can you make money with just your cell phone and relationship? Exactly. Meaning that if you get the phone call from a social worker talking about, hey, can you house Bobby? I teach you in that class, 14 minutes. How do you do a quick assessment and refer out to somebody that already has the housing because you don't? And you make a referral fee. That's called the HRA. Text HRA to 407-326-0086. Again, if you text the phrase, just those three letters, HRA. And Jess, since you're here, help me in the chat. Text HRA to 407-326-0086. And that'll give you our 14-minute webinar that stands for Housing Referral Agent. And Kate, all the way from the Philippines,
come on,
third world country, 12 hours away, made a referral and kept somebody from being homeless simply from using her cell phone. How could she do that from the Philippines? Where I live at right now, guys, it's 11:47 a.m. Where they live at, I think it's 11:47 p.m. Mm-hmm. It's a 12-hour difference. And guess what? We give y'all your own Kate. Now, you can't have Kate.
Right.
But we give you your own Tina, your own Henry, your own Amanda, your own Jessica, because we also own the virtual assistant team in the Philippines. Make sense, everybody? So big shout out there. Guys, go ahead and text that as well. 14-minute webinar. Text HRA, nothing else, to 407-326-0086. That'll teach you guys how to make money tomorrow. Prime example, I got 4 beds empty right now between my housing. I'll Zelle you guys so fast tomorrow, it'll scare you. If you send me a client and he moves in and pay my rent, Shay, it'll scare him. Because I'll Zelle it, I'll Venmo it, I'll tie it to a pigeon, and he can fly it to you with everywhere you want it. And that's called the Housing Referral Agency. Okay? All right. Back on you, Shay, and then we'll begin to kind of close these people up. I ain't going to keep y'all all day. I'm doing good, though. It's only been, what, an hour and 48 minutes? So I'm not doing too bad. Guys, don't forget, the ILF 3-day challenge goes down May 20th, 21st, and 22nd. You guys are the first people to actually hear it. And big shout out to probably like 15 of y'all bought it already. So big shout out to everybody that got it. Don't waste your time and get the one for $97. I only did that to help people that maybe just don't have it. But for $150, guys, you get the 3 days coaching. You also get the 3 days of the recording. We're going to meet 30 minutes to an hour before each day to answer all your questions. Yeah. I'm also going to give you the transcript and the written to-do, because I'm going to use a tool, guys, that's going to record me. And it's going to list all of the stuff I tell y'all to do in a chronological order. I'm going to give that to you, so you have to sit down and watch the whole video if you don't want to. Yeah. And I'm going to give you an additional free gift. So make sure you go to ILFchallenge.com. Again, that's ILFchallenge.com. We're going to take a short commercial break, guys, and we'll be right back.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. So I'm going to be a blessing right now, and I'm getting ready to close out. Some of you guys have heard this today. I said, Derek, forget your 3-day challenge, bro. I want you to be my brother, and I want your one-on-one coaching. I can be stuck to you for life, you and Shay. That's the one-on-one coaching. And right now, just randomly, I just thought of this. I want to help some people, right? And you got to be a mother. You got to be female, right? So I want to help some people. And luckily that if you married, you and your wife, you still count. But I want to be a blessing for Mother's Day. Hold on, y'all, because it's hard for me to say it. Our statistics show, because y'all, if you ain't figured it out by now, I stutter. Watch this. Our statistics show that 98% of people that we coach and pour into, you guys are women, right? So the guys are kind of a rare breed. I want to be a blessing. If you know without a doubt that you want the one-on-one coach, you say, Derek, man, forget that challenge thing. I want to do this. I want to offer something really special. And I'm going to be so special about it, so strategic. I'm not going to even say what it is. I'm going to have you follow a prompt. If you know you want our one-on-one coaching, I want to be a blessing. When you go and visit forstonconsultants.com under the ILF Mastery Blueprint, you can enter in the coupon box where you enter that coupon code, enter the word NOW, N-O-W. Watch and see the discount that happens when you type that in. I'm just going to leave it like that. My team, Shay, Jess, and Hermie, who's here right now, you guys can decide how long we do that for. I'm not going to get caught up in that. But right now, today, through at least Mother's Day, I want to give the opportunity for somebody to say, well, Derek, I want your one-on-one coaching, bro. Like, that 3-day challenge is great, but what happens after that, D? I want your phone number. I want to be able to talk to you and Shay every week, and I want to be coached by you, bro. Go to forstonconsultants.com, type in or act like you're going to buy the ILF Master Blueprint. Type in the word N-O-W and watch what happens to the price of it. That's a blessing for Mother's Day. Congratulations, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day.
Other than that, and obviously the only people that are here that will know that, or people that will hear it on the replay, which we may take this down because I want to be a blessing. So this is one of those moments where you move at the speed of instruction. You move at the speed of revelation, especially once you see what that discount is. Okay. Other than that, Shay, anything else that we forgot to do? I want to be a super blessing, but I also want to be timely with getting the folks out because I understand that it's Mother's Day. And I don't want to take up y'all whole Saturday. Some of y'all got nail appointments to go to, and I don't want to stop any of that. Massages and all of that.
Y'all acting real.
Okay.
Y'all acting real high for me on this Mother's Day.
So Shay, I'm gonna let you greet the people. Not greet the people, but give a salutation. Any last announcements about course? Because you got the course, you have the nonprofit giveaway thing, you have the donation thing for your spa day. Any of that, then I'll wrap up and we'll get these folks out of here. So I promise by 12:05, you guys will be out of here.
Lots of new things coming your way. Pay attention if you don't follow me on any of my social media. Follow the Angela Denise Foundation, on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all those platforms. Become a friend. We will have a lot of information going out about the spa day. We will be sharing that information through Forston Consultants as well, where you can partner with Forston Consultants as they pour in to the Angela Denise Foundation to help make the spa day and other things happen within our ladies facility. And also for those, I get to send some gifts out to those that signed up today. So be on the lookout. You'll see some mail coming your way from the Angela Denise Foundation. And this is just a thank you. And for those of you that are interested in learning more about knowing before you go, some of the things that you need to really have a basic understanding of, or just an understanding in general, because it's not going to be basic, of the nonprofit structure and what things do that I kind of not failed in, but struggled with, and nobody really knew how to help guide me through that process. It's all going to be in that Know Before You Go nonprofit course. I will be discussing it more and more as we get closer to the date of it being available for purchase. I am excited about it. I really am. And yeah, it took a while, but it's here. And again, once we're finalized, we're just finishing up editing. And then there's one video that a bonus video that I am recording to add to it for you all. Just be on the lookout for information from the Angela Denise Foundation. And if you haven't already, go to the Angela Denise Foundation today on TikTok. And also follow me at Shanye Shea, S-H-O-N, and I'll put that in the chat. Shanye Shea on TikTok as well. And all of my social platforms. Have to make sure I spell my own name right that time. On Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well, because it's things that I share from a forcing consultant standpoint on my personal pages, as well as the Angela Denise Foundation. Like last night, I did something that was pretty cool. I was going through some pictures and videos of a lot of people. Derek, you hear Derek talk about me singing and doing things like that. I have a single that's out, that's been out it made 5 years. I didn't realize it was 5 years. So during COVID, I was actually in the studio recording. The first time in the studio, one of my producers had tested positive for COVID. So the first day of laying down vocals, he was unable to be there because he wasn't symptomatic or anything, but just tested positive for COVID. So he was unable to make it, but during the mixing and mastering, he was there. But I was looking through some of those videos and last night in my phone, and it was so funny because there's a particular moment in that song where you strive for perfection. And I posted about that and actually sent with that post the raw footage of what it takes to, not master, but make something better, right? Not making it perfect, but striving to make it better for the finished product. So check that out. It's on both of those pages. I actually shared it to the Angela Denise Foundation's TikTok as well, because it's very relevant for what we're doing today in this 3-day challenge. A lot of times people don't want to do something because they want to make sure that it's perfect. And striving for perfection will always leave you with being in limbo or being stuck, or anything that you do will never be good enough. So you don't want to strive for perfection. You want to strive to better yourself or for betterment. So check out that post. I just wanted to share that because it was so impactful for me when I look back at the 8th take of trying to articulate or sing something in a way that I wanted it to transcribe it. Even at the 8th time, it still didn't make the cut. So what I did is, again, I focused in and said, you know what? You will never make it perfect. Just make it purposeful. So that's exactly what I did. And I just wanted to share that with y'all today. So just know that whatever you're doing, it's never going to be what you deem as perfect. And striving for perfection will always keep you in that place of not feeling like you've done it or made an impact. So just be mindful of that and just strive to do better, right? And to work hard. So that's it. I'm done. I'm finished.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So let me know in the chat, guys, if y'all enjoyed this today. More importantly, if God has answered your prayer today, right? A lot of you guys prayed for something just like this. Most of you guys are just like me 8 years ago, praying to get into something like this until it was just kind of put right in front of my face. To me, it was seeing the lady making 41 grand a month, housing people in rats and roaches put in my face. For you all, is running into me right here on either TikTok or YouTube. So I thank God that he merged us together, because what I call that is an answered prayer, right? Because I pray for good people like y'all, because the way that I explained is that I don't care if all of us get 55 houses tomorrow, it still won't be enough. So my prayer is that, God, I can't house everybody. please bump me and my family into like-minded people that love God, love people that love real estate, and want to merge it all together. So I prayed for y'all just like y'all prayed for this. And God was genius enough the way he merged us together now. So I'm your new big brother. Somebody type in the chat, what's up, big bro? Right? So somebody holler Wagwan in the chat. What's up, big bro? Because I'm y'all new brother now. Right? So Miss Valerie, I put on the screen, ILFchallenge.com. Make sure you guys do that. It is less than 9 days away. I'll pretty much go live every day talking about this. If TikTok unbanned me, because I already put in my little dispute, because most of y'all got me kicked off today. I put in my dispute. So if TikTok unbanned me, I'm going live on TikTok pretty much every day. I'll probably do live on Facebook every day because I want to get this word out to as much people as possible. Also, I don't know if my team built an affiliate for it, but I'm going to tell you now, share that with somebody else that you bought it and tell them they need to be in it, right? Don't let somebody take advantage of you and tell my girl, send me that link. The devil is a liar. You invested in yourself, make them do the same. So introduce this to somebody. Tell your pastor about it, your bishop. Tell the lady at your church that's always feeding people and say, sister, it got to be more. And I found it. It is housing these folks. Derek and his wife and the Forster family, and above all, God is all over it. You need to join this thing. And right now, if you purchase the DIY, all 84 y'all, you guys also need to purchase this 3-day challenge, right? Because in my opinion, if you combine the 3-day challenge with your DIY stuff, you got everything you need. Because remember, as DIY, you get all the paperwork, the curriculum, the ebooks. The challenge is just coaching. Hardcore, getting a degree. Instead of 4 years degree, you get it in 1 year. That's what this class is like. So I'm telling people, unless you take really great notes, don't even get the one for $97. Get that one for $147 like all of y'all did. I don't see not one $97 offering there yet today. Great job, y'all. Because again, it's going to be so much information, you're going to forget most of it. Yeah. But lucky for you, you're going to get the recording and the transcript. So last thing before I go, make sure that all of y'all follow that prompt that's on the below, scrolling across the bottom. Text more info, MOREINFO, to that phone number 407-326-0086. That's the starting point to know what is this. Today, I treated y'all like family, and we just talked. That webinar going to give you more of a chronological order. What is this? How do I get started? The challenge just goes deeper. But to get the gist of what this is, everybody should text more info to that phone number 407-326-0086. Yeah. Great job, Kelly. She says VIP. Exactly. Don't get the regular one. I shouldn't even offered it. I don't know why I did that, because I got a soft heart, I guess. But again, I'm going to give you the notes. So if you just take 9 and do this, I'm going to give you every note you need, because the tool that we use, I don't know if Shay want to tell you. I think we told y'all anyway, but it's going to take all the notes and give you all the to-do with timestamps. Beautiful. May 20, 21st, and 22nd. Every night starts at 7 p.m. unless you're VIP. VIPs, you guys will be notified probably a day or two before how we're going to do that thing that where we meet before. Because I'm going to give y'all 30 minutes to an hour all 3 days before we even come on with the regular people if anybody buy it. And Hermie may make me move that, so I may drop it, right? But if you are going to be, Judy said, Miss Charles said, Wagwan. So, but if you're going to be VIP, we're going to meet before each session. And I'm going to answer your questions in the chat, not the regular people, right? Okay? And then you also will get another free gift from me, okay? And if you're somebody like Miss Jillian and you purchase the DIY, you should also get this, especially at the price point. And what's so crazy, I'm sure that you probably can use financing for it. Shay, is there a limit on the financing for how low the number is? I don't think so. So if you want to finance your 147, knock yourself right out. We make it a no-brainer, guys. And one last time, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is for you. The last thing I want to show you guys, because I promise to show this every time I come on now, we often talk a lot about who is this for and why you should get into it. We hardly ever talk about who is this not for. Who is this not a good fit for?
Yeah.
So watch this really quickly. This is not for people that don't truly understand business, because this is not a get rich quick scheme. Sometimes people hear us, Shay, for the first time and think that they're going to become you, Shay, in 3 weeks.
It didn't take me 3 weeks.
Last week, Shay, I had people put in the chat. And I'm going to do this now, actually. For all of my new people, watch this, y'all. Put in the chat right now, Kelly, Jillian, Brittany, Tawanda, Joanne. How long have y'all been on y'all current jobs? People that have a job 9 to 5. How many people? How long have you been in your current job? As soon as I see 5 people, I'm going to just keep talking. But I want to see 5 people in the chat. If you have a job, how long have you been in your current job? Because I want to make a point. Because these slides are talking about what kind of people maybe shouldn't get into the ILF model. 16 years. Perfect.
Wow.
Kwani, how long have you been on that job? Let me know. Miss Chong, everybody, 5 of y'all, 5 more people, because I just want to make a point. Because it also leads to my biggest pet peeve that I talked about last week. 10 years, says Ronald. 5 years, says the Danielle family. 18, let me see. 12 years, 1 year since I've been a mother of 2. My oldest is 18, exactly. Okay? That's a good way to remember that without saying the years, right? But here's my point. This is not a get rich quick scheme. Some of you have been on your job 18, 10, 5 years, even a year and 6 months.
Yeah.
And you wake up every day and go to that job. Some of you are at your job right now. How dare you get into this and you get upset, depressed, angry, and you quit in 3 weeks because you don't look like Shay's program. Now, none of y'all don't do this. So you know how we in church and say, hey, I ain't talking to you, but the guy behind you or the row behind you. I ain't talking to none of y'all, Brittany. I'm talking to the row behind y'all. So everybody does this and it's nobody. I love that. So one of my biggest pet peeves now is to see somebody come under our coaching and they get so frustrated in a short amount of time, but you've been on your job 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 9 months.
Yeah.
I tell y'all to give me a year of your life and God and I change your life. And we together gonna give God the credit because I take none of it. But the statistic is showing 3 to 6 months, people are resigning from their job after they meet us. Some of it go to 3 to 6 months. Some of it going 6 to 9 months. Yeah. But all of y'all been in your job. Elaine says 20 years on her job. Elaine, can you imagine giving me just 1 year of your life versus your job you gave 22? That should be some of y'all prayer today. God, I can feel that you all over this family. And God, I've been on my job 5 years, 10 years, 18 years. God, Derek says give him 6 to 9 months or a year of just dedication to what this thing is that you gave him, and it'll change my life. God, you're no respecter of person. So what you did for Derek, you would do it for me. Yeah. And Derek's prayer is that you become better. That should be most of y'all prayer today. So one more time, who is this not for? Somebody that think it's going to work in 3 weeks. And when things don't work out, you find a reason to quit or blame other people. The devil is a liar.
Yeah.
The next thing I want to talk about is people who can't find the time to work on this so-called business. Yeah. How you going to tell me God has put this on your heart, but you also say that you can't find time to work on it? I coach a lot of people that got a 9 to 5 job. They got a spouse. They got kids. The kids are involved in sports. They're involved in the church. Some of y'all got 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 entrepreneurship type things that you got going on, and you got 2 jobs. Talk to me, Katara. Talk to me, Tia. Talk to me, Joanne. All y'all got jobs and multiple businesses and big families, and you still found a way to make this thing work.
Come on, sir. You're preaching.
That so far, Katara done quit one of her jobs. Excuse me, Shay, resigned from one of her jobs. I love how you just and the next one is also coming. So again, if God has put this thing on your heart, how can you not find time?
And Derek, this is a prime example of people having the mindset of faith without works is dead. Right? You cannot ask God to give you something and then you not apply the
Faith without works is dead.
You cannot apply the faith, right? Which is putting that thing to action to make it come to pass, because God's not just going to say, okay, you keep praying about it, but you've not implemented anything to help you make this thing happen. He's not just going to say, okay, well, here, okay, you prayed about it. All right, yeah, okay. You've got to move God too. And you've got to also move. So again, faith without works is dead. So this can't
Somebody
be
type that in the chat. Faith without works is dead, no matter how great the idea is.
Yeah, no matter how great the idea is.
Lord have mercy. Next one. People who tend to quit easily. I'll admit, y'all, I don't see this a lot, but when I do, it breaks my heart. And I told the story last week, man, a girl stroked a $30,000 check and put it in my hand for a package that we have that goes up that high, where I give you the house, the clients, and the relationships. I don't even talk about that much online. That girl wrote a $30,000 check, y'all, and put it in my hand. I cried like a baby.
Yeah, that was it.
Y'all, I used to make 28 grand a year. I gave this girl a house, fully furnished with clients in it. She did more work to get out of it than she did to keep it going. Less than 6 weeks after writing me a $30,000 check, she quit. And I will use the word quit this time, because she quit. The devil is a liar. And
I want to put emphasis to what you just said. When you spend more time getting out of something to remove yourself from it, then you put into it to get it to operate.
Right, you made a mistake. You weren't supposed to get in this anyway.
Don't do that.
And then named it after your mom or the lady that raised you. Ooh, the devil is a liar.
Don't do that.
Don't even get me on that part of it, because I'm going to try to go faster right here, because I get frustrated right here. How you going to name this after your loved one that passed away, but didn't put your hands to the plow to do the work?
Absolutely not.
You might as well named it Orange Circle Solutions. Because why put your mama name on it, or your dad's name, or whoever name on it, then don't put the work in it? And again, you've been in your job 10 years, 15 years. Miss Cho just said she was a nurse for 35 years. Lord have mercy. I'm only asking y'all for a year of your time. I just refuse to believe that in a year of you giving me everything you got, I tell you guys, under our coaching and God's guidance, the only way that this don't work is you give up.
Yeah.
Because every one of y'all in all 50 states, there's a need for this housing. It's not this want. We want chocolate. Guys, we need water. We need sustenance like food. We want cookies. We need vegetables.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've learned, watch this, y'all. I used to be proud of that saying that says, get it from the mud. That is dumb to me now.
Yeah.
And under my coaching, the devil is a liar that y'all gonna get it from the mud the hard way. You're gonna get it from the garden, from the seeds I've already planted.
Well,
boy, that's powerful. Woo!
I'm out.
Boy, that's powerful. Why get it from the mud, to wonder, when you can get it from my garden, from the seeds I've already planted? Oh, Lord, somebody gonna miss that.
But that's scripture. That's
Miss Alina. Somebody gonna miss that, Miss Alina.
Hold on, because
Miss Alina, you've been on your job 30 years. Somebody gonna miss what I just said. I used to take pride, Charmaine. Yeah, I got it from the mud. Nobody taught me. Man, that was dumb. That's ignorance. Why get it from the mud when we can get it from the garden? Watch this. Some of y'all, please steal that and take that mentality to your family. Your kids don't get it from the mud no more. They get it from the seeds you've already planted. Oh my God, boy. See, Shay, this is why I get a little frustrated, because somebody gonna miss that. Charmaine, is that powerful or not? Somebody called me a liar right now. I said, Derek, that wasn't that powerful, bro. Like, to me, that was powerful. Why get it from the mud when we can get it from the garden? Oh, and dummy me, I used to take so much pride in getting it from the mud. Never again, guys. Especially you guys that are under my coaching, under even the free stuff on YouTube. Don't get it from the mud. The next one, you lack patience in business and with people.
Yeah.
I jokingly say this, but I mean this very seriously. If you lack patience, you got a short fuse. If people tell you all the time, girl, you got an attitude. Girl, you got a short temper. Girl, you ain't no people's person. This might not be for you. Watch this. We're dealing with the people that are on the fringes of life usually. So we can't be having an attitude and short fuse and all of that stuff if we're trying to create a clean, nice, welcoming environment. How can we offer this stuff and you lack patience? You lack the love of God. You're lacking wisdom in this. And your wisdom comes from us. First of all, it comes from God. He that lacks wisdom, let him ask. And most of y'all stuff you're going to ask him for, he going to say, I gave you, Derek. There's your wisdom. Just like that guy in a boat drowning and sinking. God, send somebody to help me. God gonna help me. He said, God gonna help me. He sent by as a guy. Hey, man, I'm here to help you. He said, no, man, I don't want you to help me. God gonna help me. So he leave. The guy drowning again. Another boat comes by. Hey, I'm here to help you. No, man, God gonna help me. Dummy, that was God sending the guy. I'm the guy that God sent for all your prayers. Because if you on this YouTube channel, you're trying to find out how to get into real estate and you want to help people. That's why you're here. And for such a time as this. But again, how can you offer all this stuff on screen that you see if we lack patience in business, meaning you won't give it time to grow? Yeah. You gave your job 10 years, 5 years. You gave your job 9 months. Guys, give me a year of your life and God will not change your life. Yeah. Right here, you lack patience with results. Talk to me, Katara. Don't meet me on Monday and think you're going to look like Shay and I's program by next Monday. Your results may vary from everybody else. I got some people that meet me on a Monday and they have a house and clients in it in 3 weeks. That's not most of y'all's story.
It wasn't ours either.
It wasn't mine either. But remember, the student should outdo the coach. So I do coach people that don't struggle like I did. That's the whole purpose of it. Oh, I better end this thing because I'm getting loud now. My voice gonna move. If you are a skeptic, now this is kind of my favorite slide. Some people that call me for that free call, I could tell in 30 minutes that they're a skeptic. They've heard this, they watched the webinar, but they're not asking questions. They're trying to debunk it. There's a difference. When you're trying to debunk something, you're a skeptic.
You're gonna get exactly what you're asking for.
And Shay, it's a difference that if I was talking about this from a strategy standpoint of what I'm trying to do. Guys, this ain't just some concept. We do this. And it's in 38 states. So we ain't trying to put together a program. We doing it. So if you're somebody that's not easily convinced, having doubts or reservations, gotta change it. A person who doubts or questions accepted opinions, meaning something's proved already and you still question it. This may not be for you. And then my favorite, someone who doesn't easily believe things without proof and often needs strong evidence before accepting something that's true. That sounds like doubting Thomas to me. Shay told you all these things that she's doing. We showed you the proof. My YouTube channel is full of it. My TikTok channel is full of it. Footage of my houses, my clients, my residents. And you still don't believe it? I'll admit, you're not for me. You're going to waste my time. A skeptic wastes my time today. Now, 5 years ago, I'll take anybody that want to learn it. Today, I'll admit, I'm busy. I'm only looking for the people that want to change their life. And I'll end it like this. Watch this. My coaching plans, both of them, watch this, y'all. I don't sell books. I don't sell courses. I don't sell all that paperwork that costs me $8,000 that I give you. Guys, I sell transformation. Yeah. I'm the guy that you come to when you're ready to change your life. When you say, God, I'm ready. I'm tired of this job. And obviously you put this loudmouth boy, Derek, right in front of my face. And he seemed to be the cheat code. Guys, I give you all of that. Your website build out, I give it to you for free. That VA service for free. The paperwork, complimentary. The coaching, the ebooks, the curriculum, complimentary. You can have it. You're paying for the transformation that you want to see in your life. And that's in my heart and in my head. through experience and the time that I've been through in this. That's what you're paying for. So don't come and tell me, well, dare I to pay for? No. With me, I give you everything you need to run this business complimentary. You paying for the transformation. Two of y'all put in the chat. That makes sense, Derek. That's what the one-on-one coaching is. You're paying for the transformation of what this is. And last but not least, this is my favorite and it's really new. A lot of my new people don't know this, and my older people, a lot of y'all don't know it. Watch this. People who are not willing to lift, and to me, lift is a whole acronym. Lift stands for get on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Some of y'all shake at the thought of going on social media, like you tremble of shooting a video. Watch me give you truth right here. In 1981, November 16, I was born. From day one, before I was able to even speak, I stuttered. Even wow, get goo, I was stuttering doing that. Guys, I was stuttering from birth, from 1, 2, 3, all my life. So I was afraid to talk to people. I was afraid to speak in crowds. I found out real fast, though, no matter what business I start, if I don't advertise it and talk about it, it's not going to do any good. Who cares about this vision God gave you if you don't tell it to people? Yeah. I call it lifting, which means get your butt on social media. How you think 95% of my clients find us? Y'all found me on social media. Wow. That means LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. If you're not willing to lift your brand, who gonna know about it? You can fry the best fried chicken in your city, and you start a restaurant and don't advertise it, who gonna know about it to come buy it? I can fry the worst fried chicken, but because I advertise 7 days a week, you gonna come buy my chicken.
They're gonna come to check it out.
So the best company doesn't win. The company that advertises the most wins. Consistency. People say that are not willing to lift, because I believe visibility is credibility. Lift your brand today. Make sure you're on LinkedIn, the professional way. Instagram, the young and cool way. Facebook, the more older. Everybody's on it, right? And then TikTok is the newest one that you can catch fire on TikTok faster than any of them. All 8 of my businesses, guys, on all of these platforms, being advertised 7 days a week. Because no matter how great my program is, and nobody don't know about it, it's baloney. So you must be willing to lift your brand and get rid of that fear of talking to people and being on camera. I also had to get rid of that. And because I speak so much, when I tell people that I stutter, they're like, you stutter, bro? I didn't hear that. Well, slow your ears down, because I stutter bad sometimes. If I'm excited, if I'm afraid, if I'm not sure of myself. 8 years ago, guys, I wasn't sure of myself in this business. I just moved in a dream that God gave me. But I realized the more that I spoke, the more money that we made. Why you think we started a consulting business too? You fry the best fried chicken, people must know about it. You got the best daycare, people must know about it. You got the best housing program, people must know about it. Because if they don't, that business drowns. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm done for today. I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. I hope that we said something today that enriched your life, because our whole vision statement for what we do is we want to give you guys the information and knowledge and understanding that can change your life. And if we will smart, we both come back and we give God praise for it. And allow y'all prayer today to be that God, I decrease so that you can increase inside of me. So I'm pretty much done. We released today live the ILF challenge. I encourage everybody to go to ilfchallenge.com. Shay, can you put that back on screen for me just real quick? Also, I want to see 55 friend requests today on Facebook. I want you to be my friend. Won't you be my friend? I'm gonna do a song to that shit. I'm gonna do a little jingle. Won't you be my friend? But Derek Forston, Facebook, and go and be nosy. I invite you to be nosy. Look at what we're doing and envision yourself in it. Like erase me and envision yourself inside of it. Forston Consultants and where you'll follow us everywhere else. Okay, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm all on limit. I'm on limit. I'm on everywhere. It's lemonade. It's hard not to find us because we're everywhere. If you type my name into Google, Derek Forson ILF, I'll fill that whole front page up. So again, man, I hope that we said something today that helped. I jokingly say this all the time, but I don't pass around some offering plate. But we do appreciate Google reviews. If we said something today that changed your life or gave you a different way to view real estate or helping people or doing God's will through real estate, we would implore you and almost beg you to click that link and write something really nice and hit that 5. You don't owe me no money. You don't have to buy no product. But I do want you to show up every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern and every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So one more time, scan that, leave a review. That also is going to go into that. If you want that crazy discount that I gave earlier, this is a part of it actually. So go ahead and do that. And then other than that, Shay, put up the ILFchallenge.com one more time. I'm going to make sure, Shay, that you're good with blessing the people. Then I'm going to pray these folks out of here and then we gone.
I'm good. Happy Mother's Day. Have a blessed weekend. And again, do something amazing and see y'all at the ILF Challenge.
All right, good stuff. So without any further ado, guys, I'm going to pray you guys out of here. We believe in that. We usually do that. We're about 95% of the time that we pray before we leave. And usually just to enrich your life and that God uses this idea that he already gave you and allow you guys to move at the speed of instruction to also give you the mind of Christ and an able body to do it. Make sense, everybody? So, Father God, thank you so much for the seed that was sown today. God, thank you for what you gave Shay and I, but thank you for the ability to where you allow Shay and I to teach it. God, today, make Shay and I 10 times better today than we was yesterday. Allow Shay and I to be the best consultants and coaches that we can be for these people. And God, like I always tell you, God, I decrease so that you can increase inside of me, inside of Shay, and inside of our coaching. God, allow us to be the absolute best, and we'll give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. And God, for these people under the sound of my voice, God, give them the mind of Christ. Give them an able body to do what you called them to do. And God, let no devil in hell stop it. Today, procrastination is under their feet. Fear is under their feet because, God, you didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And God, today we thank you. God, today we thank you. Before we ever get the first set of keys to the house, God, we dedicate the house to you now. God, this is your business. Thank you for allowing these people to be a good steward over what you've given them. And God, again, let no devil in hell stop it. God, give us favor in our city. Give us favor with city officials. Give us favor with decision makers. But God, give us favor with you first. Because God, with your favor, you make all things happen. So God, right now, allow favor that when these people open their mouths to talk about what this is to the right people, it sounds like the best thing since sliced bread. And God will give you all the glory and all the praise for it. God, already give us the social workers, give us case managers, give us all the right resources that we need now. God, allow us to walk into the right relationships. And God, allow us to avoid the wrong ones because we want to do your will in this season. God, this is one of those seasons where we can't afford to make no mistakes. So allow these people to move at the speed of instruction and hear from you of what you're telling them to do. And God, if we're to be their coaches and consultants, make the way easy. God, make these people rich and add no sorrow. God, I thank you for every resource that you give these people because God, just what you did for Shay and I and so many others, you will do for these folks. Because God, we're going to keep you first because you said if we do that, that you will direct our path. So God, we give you all the glory, all the honor, all the praise. And now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly above all we can ever ask a thing, according to God's power that worketh in us. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Put amen if you believe that in the chat.
Amen.
We appreciate you guys. Hey, if you attend church, go to your place of worship tomorrow. Pretend God didn't hear none of this. He did, but say, God, you know what? I was on YouTube and boy, that thing I've been praying about, this guy Derek came on, isn't exactly what I talked about. Did you send him? Because if so, God, make the way easy in my finances. Make the way easy in my health. And God, just make the way easy. I don't want to struggle like Derek did, and he going to teach me the way. Yeah. So it's in Jesus' name that you guys are going to be absolutely successful. We'll see you guys Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that you guys download Sent from Heaven. I want all of y'all to listen to that before you go to church tomorrow morning. But if you go to Bedside Baptist, meaning that you don't kind of go to church, pull up Shunye Shay Forston, and it's called Sent from Heaven. Shay, type that in the chat one more time. In fact, if we can close out to it, maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure how that works, but I would love that if 3 of y'all could go and make sure you download that and just let it pour into you. Listen to what Shay is also good at. She sings. Okay. So, and because of this business, it gives her time now to be able to go to the studio to do this stuff. Having a job, that's kind of hard. Okay. So I love y'all like a fat kid loves cake. Shay is putting that text in the chat right now. And if we got a way to play it, maybe on the way out, we'll give you guys a little dose of that. Let me plug up. Actually, I don't have my stuff. You got a dump on. Send it. Oh, I'll go to YouTube. ILFchallenge.com, you guys. ILFchallenge.com. Make sure you guys sign up and register for that. Do not get that one for $97. You're gonna need the VIP. Make sure you get the recording and get it and be able to meet with me 30 minutes to an hour every day before we go on. All right, so I'm going now to my Apple Music.
And just let us know if you can hear it once he plays it. Let me find out if you got long to find my song. Ready?
Right?
Ready?
What's wrong with me, y'all?
It's not in your favorite. Ready?
It better be.
Ready?
And it's playing. Let me see. Oh, not like that, it ain't. Now, y'all. No. I'm not the techie one, so Shay gonna have to help me. Is it this one?
Yes. So you got your headphones in the wrong one. So let us know if you can hear it.
Nope, that's not coming through either. Well, this gives you more reason to go download it. Shunye Shay, Sent from Heaven. You sure it's not that one?
That's headphones.
Because usually when I play it.
What's this that I'm pulling?
Is this? Anyway, you guys be great. We'll figure it out next time. We used to play it always. We'll see you guys Monday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern. Well, you got it? You found it?
No, it looks like you thought the same thing.
Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You guys be great. We out of here. Because I don't even hear myself now, so I don't know what I did.
They're breaking stuff.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show.